empty hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. La 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 la, oh oh. Get me out of broken hearts and starting fights, turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Oh,
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Daisy's Daylight Savings Time. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. We're going to talk about Sebastian Rogers and about him and him only. We're not going to talk about the drama. I do want to keep this young boy's face and name out here because he needs to be out here. It's only been 3 months. It's only been 3 months, you guys. So we need to keep his little face out here without all the drama. I want to say hello to Ada Cox, Lisa K, Kettner, Laura Jean, Tams, always late, Connie Branch, Sister Karen's here. Wanted to introduce myself. I have been in the group Connie's name since she passed away. Aww. Hello, Sister Karen. Hello, God's girl. Y'all come on in. Come on in. I want to talk about Sebastian today and why I think that the parents should be together, get together and not fight and work together like Riley Strain's family. Now look at all these years. Now it's been 3 years since Summer went missing. And now people are just now finally starting to say they don't believe Don and Candace had anything to do with it. Just now, after all these years of people bashing them and putting them down and saying horrible things about them and making up horrible lies. I mean, there still is some out here that does it. But I think now people are starting to come around a little bit when it comes to Summer's case. And what about Sebastian? What about him and his family? Hey Vicky, how are you? Hey, y'all, I'm normally outside up in the camp, fiddle farting around with the animals, but it's too darn hot today. And I'm like, well, I think I'm going to stay in here in the air conditioning and do a live since I didn't do one for the last 2 days and just talk about Sebastian. Hey Audrey, how are you? Y'all did see I got 13,000 subscribers. I'm currently working on 13,100 subscribers. So if you all have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. That helps my channel to grow and helps me bring you all more content. Hello, Angie Hensley. There's been a lot going on, a lot of new cases, a lot of little children getting hurt, unalived, missing. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. I think that picture right there that was just up is more of an idea of what Sebastian looks like right now. It has been 3 months since Sebastian has went missing. Hey, Carice. Look, y'all, see y'all's daylight savings time. Thank you, always late. Thank you. And so, I don't know why I'm saying daylight savings time. Did y'all see that big cougar up in my camp? Not a cougar. It's not a freaking cougar. It's a bobcat, but it looked like a mountain lion. That's how big it was. I posted it on my community post. Thank you, God's girl. I hope we can grow our channel. Mostly, a lot of it is because of my animal videos. But hey, look, I would much rather do animal videos than bash the parents of missing children. I'm just saying. Hey, Frankie, how are you? So, word on the street is that Tony got fired. Is that true? Did Seth get rid of Tony? Does anybody know? Because even though I don't have anything against Tony, Tony was kind of swaying Seth away from Sebastian. Or not Sebastian, but Chris and Katie. And y'all know that I don't feel like any of the parents did anything to Sebastian. I think that Sebastian eloped. I saw that cat. He was huge. I thought he was a cougar. I know. I thought he was a big one, didn't you? Hey Ricky Bieber, how are you? But I still think he's out there. I think he's wandered off. Yes, he was in trouble. He was trouble. Well, he was trying to push Seth and Katie and Chris against each other, and that's not cool. It is like a circus. And I think that Katie and Chris and Seth should get together as a family and sit down and talk about what could have possibly happened to this young man. We all know for a fact that Chris was at work. We all know for a fact that Seth was at work. We all know for a fact that Katie took good care of Sebastian. She had him on a schedule. They had security systems put in and everything to keep Sebastian from eloping. Now, even though they say he was high functioning, a lot of the time, things that I've heard Seth say specifically makes me think that maybe he wasn't as high functioning as what we think he was. He was probably very curious. He could not sleep. He was anxious because he couldn't sleep. And y'all know how we get when we get sleepy. I heard Tony did something awful. Not sure if it's true. Always late. I seen that. I don't know if that's what it is. It looked like that. But I don't think it was what it was. It sure did look like it, but I'm a iffy. You know how things can look. I don't think it I don't think it was that. I needed prayers for healing. I have exacerbated COPD on 3 meds. Oh, Carice. Yes, prayers in Jesus' name for you, honey. COPD is not nothing to play with. Daisy, listen, Katie knows where he is. I'm not committed to argue with anyone since Katie knows Chris knows. I don't think Katie knows. What makes you think that, Ricky? What makes you think that Katie knows where her child is? Katie is a retired um, military sailor. Do you really think that she's going to put her life at risk and and everything else to go to jail to hide her son out? I believe that if Katie was guilty, they would find out. They would know that that car had been moved that night because they would know a lot more. They would have seen her driving out of there on people's cameras and stuff. No one left that house that night. There's no proof of anyone leaving that house that night. That night. Yet, um, Sebastian has not been seen either. And you heard Matthew say that his son with autism's like a ninja. I think he's hiding with someone. You think someone has him? The only person that I would think would have took him without Katie, Chris, and Seth knowing, and I don't know, this is just me speculating, would be Katie's mother. Maybe. Maybe Katie's mother. I think Sebastian would have been seen on someone's camera if in that neighborhood. So, okay, so you all that thinks that Katie had something to do with it, how would have Katie got him out of there that night without someone seeing her leave that property? I think he met up with someone. He's a teenager. Yes. Daisy, my mother chose me over me. I believe she would choose Chris over Sebastian. I'm sorry. I don't know, you guys. I think Chris is a hardcore brat. Sometimes I think he's very set in his ways and everything else, but I don't know. I don't think he did anything to Sebastian. I just think he's very no nonsense and not fool around. Do I think that he knew how to handle Sebastian? No. I don't think that he knew how to handle an autistic child correctly. I think he was learning how to handle an autistic child, but I don't think he knew exactly what how to handle him. Now, what Seth had to say is that Sebastian was very high functioning. He left him at home alone for hours at a time, and Sebastian done just fine. Could have Sebastian met someone when he was at home alone online and um run off with them? I don't know. Seems like there would have been some kind of proof of that. Let's see. I think Chris and Seth got rough with Sebastian. Oh yeah, I think both of them were very rough with Sebastian. I think they didn't know how to handle a child with autism. Both of them. How does someone suspect? How does someone suspect of their stepson's disappearance get custody of his daughter? Did Chris get custody of his daughter, or are they still sharing custody? I'm sorry I messed up. Mama would choose men over her kids. It's okay to think that, and you're entitled to think that. Hey, Kelly Bird, how are you? But if you look and listen to what Katie has to say, even the behavior panel thought that Katie was being truthful. They analyzed her and they thought she was being truthful. And if it, I'm not against any of the parents. Now, you all, I totally understand why a lot of people believe that that Seth or Katie and Chris had something to do with it. I understand that, but they had a good night the night before. Okay, always late, and he was very, very stimulated, and he can't sleep at night. So guess what? He's up all night getting in everything. She even said he was up at night, that he ate a whole thing of Nesquik. Trained military are good at interrogations, just saying. Y'all are suspecting, ain't you? Y'all are skeptical. I'm trying to stay neutral in this. Now, I don't know Katie and Chris personally like I know Dawn and Candace. I know Dawn and Candace long enough to know their hearts, both of them. Even though Dawn can be a shithead when he gets mad, I know that he wouldn't hurt Summer. All he thinks about is his kids. Same thing with Candace. Like Candace is very protective over her dogs. I couldn't imagine how protective she would be over her kids. I ran away from home when I was 17, went to a friend's house, and lived there for almost a year. Carice! Hey, Cricket Arrow, what you doing, Miss Auntie Sherry? So I could, Sebastian was home alone a lot when he went over to Seth's house. So who's to say that he didn't meet up with somebody that night? Children do elope. Autistic children do elope. And I think that more YouTube creators need to talk about this instead of focusing on bashing the parents, because you know what? That's not going to help the case. The case is going to turn out to be like Summer's case. 3 years later, still no answers. So much harassment by the police, in my opinion, that they don't even want to talk about the case at all with nobody because of so many speculations. And out to be the same thing. Hey, Debbie Nelson. Yeah, I'm on. What happened? There we go. Too hot. So I thought I'd show this slideshow of Sebastian to keep his little face, his little name out here, and keep him, people looking for him without all the crazy drama. I do want to say something off topic here. I do want us all to get together, anybody that prays, and pray for Donald Trump, you guys, because I am fearful for his life. I saw somebody that is a prophesied last night, and a lot of her prophecies has come true. And she said that Donald Trump, that he is not going to be alive. And I feel that myself, that something is going to happen. They're going to do something to him, you all. You mark this day today, June 18th, 2024. Daisy said it. She thinks that something bad's going to happen to him, y'all. And I'm kind of worried about it myself. I pray that it's not true. I think we all need to get together and pray for this man, because right now he's working against a hard enemy, and we ask God to give us grace for looking up to him. I think a lot of people does glorify him as some kind of idol. We don't need to look at him as an idol. We need to trust God and pray for him to lead us and guide us through God, and not look at him so much as an idol. We got to trust the Lord. But y'all, I'm just really, 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 really worried that they're not. They're gonna go to any extent, in my opinion, to make sure that this man does not get president. And I'm afraid for his well being. I'm afraid that he's not. Hey, diamonds! I'm afraid they're gonna something's gonna happen to him. That's just my opinion. Hey, Maddie, how are you? I know, EMT. I know. Their feelings don't matter. They're LEPD to serve and protect. I know they're supposed to, but that don't mean that they will. Hola, beautiful diamonds. I was sitting and looking at that cup diamonds made me, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's everything I want in a cup. It's so beautiful. She knows me so well, and I appreciate that cup so much. Did you guys see the giant freaking bobcat? I have not had a bobcat that big, seen a bobcat that big in my life, in my camp area. I am too, Daisy. If they can't put him in jail, they'll do something else. Yeah. Yes. Well, the woman that prophesied it, she said that there's a more eviler thing, and I'm just kind of pray. I just say we should just all pray for him as a country. I'm doing well, hon. Shame we still have not found this child. I know, it's so sad. Love your vibes. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Hi, Miss Daisy. I'm glad to see you. I'm actually off work today and get to watch a live. Well, good, Mindy McGee. I'm glad you're here. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. But yeah, I didn't mean to go off topic, but I felt that strong in my heart, and I just thought that he needs all the prayers that he can get. That bobcat was huge. At first, I thought, what a lion is doing there. Yeah, it looks like a lion. It looks like a lion, y'all. For anyone that hasn't seen it, I'll show it in a little bit. But I captured yesterday in broad daylight a huge mountain lion or mountain lion, bobcat in my camp. Now I posted a video of them two little raccoons a fighting and put a funny saying behind it. But that bobcat was huge, y'all. Yeah, prayers for Trump. I thought it was a mountain lion until I saw the tail. Me too. It looked more like a tiger. That what would I do if I run in the back if I went back there and ran into something like that? I don't know what I do. I'm gonna have to go buy me some pet predator spray. I guess I'm gonna have to get me some bear spray, y'all, because I go up there at night and film the the raccoons. Now I didn't have my video on last night because I put the Sims card up here, so I didn't get video. But I'm gonna make my husband take the Sims card and put it back in the video camera today and see if we can capture it. Right, Debbie? I know it's always good to talk about always not good to talk about politics, but our country is one need of prayers as well. I'm afraid we're heading towards World War III. And you know what? It's not other countries that I worry about when it comes to our safety. I think generally other countries don't want to fuss with us. I think it's our leaders that we need to be worried about. They don't have our country at best interest right now. They want to see destruction and the fall of America, in my opinion. And they're going to stop at nothing to do it. And that's why I pray for Donald Trump's his life, y'all. And I feel like they're going to make it look like it's either an accident or something that's natural. That's just my opinion. Do y'all still have black cats up there? I know they. Now I've never seen a black panther up there yet, but who's to say? We found a bear back there. I know I'm from the UK, but I do pray for your country. Thank you, Maddie. We need all the prayers we can get. Exactly, EMT. Well, the woman that prophesied said that he's behind it, EMT. That he's the one, he's the dark one behind it all. Daisy, you have real content. I love your spunk, your heart, the farm, and the animals. You are a true content creator. A heart of gold and fun, too. You crack me up. Thank you, Opal. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you for that. I would carry the bear spray anywhere my toe as bear problems, and a bear took out a hog that way is way bigger than the bear. Well, Candace seen a big, huge bear up there on her property. A big one's been hanging out up there on her property in these last couple days. Miss Daisy, they passed the bill that 18 to 26 men will automatically be registered for draft. They're not waiting for them to do it themselves. Something is definitely amiss. That's scary, Diamonds, because Bub will be 18 next year. And I don't know if he could handle that. That's a scary thing. Prayers for our country, guys. Prayers for our country. Prayers for, even if you don't like Donald Trump and you don't support him, prayers for him anyway, because I just got that feeling I could be wrong. I did miss you the last 2 days. I missed you too. I've not done a live stream in 2 days. Lord, they have good luck to get me because I'm old and cranky. I would not go over there to. We just got to pray for our country. We all have to bow down, and he said, when two or more are gathered together, there I will be in the midst. So we've got to pray for our country, you guys. Right now, we've got it too good, and we're taking everything for granted, and we're not turning to God. We're turning to other things. We're turning to witchcraft, tarot cards, crystals, seances, everything. Turning dark. I mean, even when people, I went into a live to listen to it last night, and then she started talking about tarot cards, and I was like, I'm out. Divination. I have read almost all of the Old Testament, and everywhere in the Old Testament, God is provoked to anger when people seek out other idols, and that is idolization. They are not talking to ghosts. They are not talking to dead people. They are talking straight to the demons when they mess with that stuff. And they're bringing curses, destruction, and death upon them when they do that stuff. So I pray for anybody that messes around with that stuff that they see the light. Yes, the big cat scared me for you. Please be careful. Oh, I will. My son is 20. I'm concerned. That is very concerning. They're already asking Air Force veterans with low health problems to come back. Wow. Well, look what happened to Dom DeFur. She's back out again, but I don't know if they're going to call her back or not. We have a black panther from an old zoo in the 60s not well taken care of that is clearly mated with regular cougars. Oh no, that is not good. Black panthers are beautiful. Jesus will save us. Never give up faith in God. He will comfort us in the darkest hours. Amen. He will. He'll save his people. They're determined whether to bring a draft again, 18 to 26 years old. That scares me for my Bubba. It scares me for my bub. What are they planning on doing? What are they planning on doing? Is my concern. Everyone, President Trump is our only hope. Please trust me and believe it's about politics. Well, I'll tell you this, President Trump is not our only hope. God is our only hope. So, but Trump could be used as a servant of God to help us. If anybody in Massachusetts, what's up? Hey, F and Elmer. Hey, actually, they already passed a bill for provision of rational June 15th. What does that mean? What does that bill mean? Do y'all know? That's scary. That is scary. I could see fighting for our country, but this isn't about our country. This is not about our country, you all. This is something more deeper and sinister. Miss Daisy, Putin already has his nuclear missiles in our backyard. And I don't believe that Putin wants to fight with America. He even talked to Tucker Carlson. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that where Tucker Carlson had an interview with Putin? Putin? I don't believe he wants to fight with America. Let's see. We are now surrounded by enemies. Biden has gotten us into a mess. People in America is too comfortable. They don't want to stand up and fight because they've got cushy lives. Provision for installing the draft starting with selected services. Oh, Marita, Marita. I love my Marita. I know Marita don't have the same views as us. That's okay. We love her anyway. Want war, but he's tired of being poked. He don't want war. Don't forget to hit. Thank you, Buster. See, Katie was the first to be with Sebastian, though. I understand that Katie was, but still doesn't mean that Sebastian did not walk off out of that house that night. I think Putin likes us, maybe. Well, he did an interview with Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson for president, y'all. Maybe he even would be better. I feel so sad for all the youth with with Putin going to see North Korea. This is scary. Yeah, I heard some bad stuff about North Korea, y'all. They ban people from going to North Korea to even vacation. Clinton and several presidents are womanizers. Oh, yeah. I love you guys too. Can't go with Trump and have good conscience. Anything's better than Biden, though, Marita. I would vote Tucker Carlson if I could. 911 is out in 45 cities in Massachusetts now. Mm. Daisy, God is working through President Trump. I hope you're right, but too many people are seeing him as an idol and not trusting God. Too many people are seeing him as an idol and not trusting God. That's the bad thing. And that's what we need. We need people to trust God and not a president or not a man because men will fall where presidents won't. I mean, God won't. Marita, I understand your feelings, but Democrat mission. Um. So yeah, not a friendship, Sherry, a mutual respect. I feel that too. Prophecy and not idolizing. Exactly, and that's what I fear for. I think people needs, which we did do it. We did pray last election. I prayed my tail off, but I've got to trust God. I don't worship any human being, me neither, or idolize them. Hey, coupon mama! Trump rallies, thousands and thousands of people are showing up. They're knowing the truth, seeing what's really happening in our country. I know. I pray for God to save our country no matter what. Let's late talk this tonight. I'm working but listening. I'll probably do a live tonight too. I was actually going to do one up at the camp today, but a live stream, but I decided to just not do it because of that big huge cat that's up there. Marita!
Hi everyone. I can't be long because I have sun poisoning really bad.
Oh no. I'll take
Yeah,
you down
my
for a second.
face, everything's a mess.
Auntie
I just want to
Sherry.
say,
Oh my goodness, what happened to you?
sunburn. I was on vacation. I had an allergic reaction to sunscreen.
Oh no, you didn't get
My
some
face is
poison.
horrible. My skin
Oh,
is horrible.
oh,
Um,
Marita.
A,
Hello,
Google
Marita.
the draft. They are not bringing back the draft. It's been gone since 1973. Believe me, my
Uh-huh.
brother was drafted. Well, his number didn't come up, but my brother in
Uh-huh.
law's did. Vietnam. There is no draft coming. Don't be afraid of Korea because they don't even have food to feed their soldiers.
They
I
don't?
just watched a great documentary on it. They don't have uniforms. They have nothing. Those soldiers don't even have guns, most of them.
I do have to say, the only place that I have seen them say anything about a draft is TikTok. I've not seen it
Yeah,
anywhere.
there's no, it's very easy to find out. You could just Google and research it. I did it the other day. And I
Yeah.
did it just now again because there is no draft being put out right.
I
No,
pray.
They're not,
no. I just said they're considering it.
oh, no, I wasn't talking about you, Miss Sherry. It's been on
Well, you don't say
this-
anything about me anyway, Marita, because I don't ever say anything about you except I love you.
What are you doing, Auntie Sherry? Up this
We
lazy
just
early bird that gets the worm, y'all.
we
um,
just finished a big
I have
project.
seen it on TikTok, but I've not seen it anywhere else.
no, they're not bringing back the draft. And we're not anywhere near war. And North Korea
On the news
can't even
channel?
feed their soldiers. Most of them are dying of, they have to go home to eat
Well,
and
heck,
steal
look,
food and bring it back.
do you
Who
know
is that in the
um,
cap and gown up there?
huh? That
You got to
was
speak up a little, Sherry.
Who are you in the cap and gown?
That's me when I graduate from high school. Be 45 years tomorrow. I was
oh
only
no, come on.
16 when
Why
that
is
picture was
people
taken.
y'all listen, I don't have anything against Bullhorn Betty, but why is she reporting bones being found under Sebastian's name? Stop it. Stop doing that. Don't put stuff like that out unless you know for sure.
Diamonds, I double checked it and triple checked it, and I have nephews and great nephews,
Miss Daisy,
and
it's
none
all
of them have been
they're
registered
automatically
and
registering
made
voice.
to go anywhere. I
Can somebody send
1,000
me
kids in
that?
my neighborhood here. Not one of them has been sent to go
Yeah.
register to vote.
So
I mean, to
they
they
want all
registered
young
to
men and
vote,
women out of this
registered
country. I
for the
feel no
war. There
half.
is no war. There can't be
Why
another
is New
war.
York
Can somebody send me a
considered
link
a
to that
mask?
if they find that? But why is Bullhorn Betty putting break-in Sebastian Rogers a bone connected with human remains?
Because
Why? Why do that?
she does asshole things.
Why? I mean, it's
I don't
all
even
day.
follow her, and I know that.
I don't get it. I mean, I understand that she's friends with Seth and everything, but don't do that stuff. We don't know if that's children. Okay,
Debbie, you're right. Yes, but we're a different country than Taiwan or South Korea, the Ukraine, Israel. We are
missing children are not a
we're
news story.
different, and I can understand. I know you have young sons, but
Hey, Southern Girl 88.
and
This all started with Ukraine, with Russia invading Ukraine.
yeah. See,
And it
Fine.
also started
Russia
with
should have
Israel,
stayed out of there.
Israel and Gaza.
No,
And now
they've
it's
not found his
Lebanon,
body. That's
and
just
now
a
it's
clickbait. It's a clickbait. They've not
Miss
found his body,
Daisy.
though.
I
Huh?
read the news every morning.
And yeah, the
And
Gaza and Israel, but even the Bible tells us Israel will never be at peace.
No, it won't.
It will
they
never
never
be a
have been.
land of peace.
Tell me one time that Israel's been at peace, and I would have
I've
gone to
got to
Bethlehem.
go change name
I would have gone.
Okay.
I would
But you know
love to
what?
have gone too.
They found a
In my
bone that was
lifetime,
associated with
I have never
cemetery
found a time when it
near
was safe
St.
to go.
Jude's. Hate
I
channel.
never found a time.
It's
I would
just
love to go to the Holy Land.
I
there's
would
so
love to
much.
go to Holy Land
There's
myself
so much
too.
for us as Christians there. That's our whole basis.
Okay, let's see. Diamonds found something here. Okay, let's see.
I want to know
I've
where
heard
it's
it
from,
before.
though.
Somebody
Huh?
prove it. Somebody prove what I said. They're considering it.
Okay. U.S.
Please.
House passed bill automatically registering 18 to 26-year-old
Oh,
man.
it's Snoops. No, get something. I want it. And Diamond's
On
not
June
against you.
14, 2024, the U.S. representative passed the National Defense Act of 2025. A version of bill gets passed every year because every year the U.S. military needs a budget and Congress writes a check. So they're, I don't know.
do not know one person.
It's all over. It's all over. And this here's got a check mark.
And
Why
that's
did
where
you
it
guys
came
think I
from,
was
though.
kidding you
Check
about
mark
this?
doesn't mean shit anymore. You can buy
I
them.
wasn't kidding you.
Oh,
I
no.
can buy a check mark.
I
I did
don't.
my,
God knows
I
I'm
did
not
my
important.
research, or I'm not
No,
going to tell
they
you.
found a bone. They don't know what it is. BHB said Seth was heading there.
Be a
I'm
dog.
assuming he is just in case of hope. That's it. It's him.
That's horrible.
I don't believe it's him, y'all. Uh-oh, here we got diamonds. Come on.
Hi, Diamonds. Go ahead. Rip into me. I don't care. I will fight on a hill for this. It's not happening.
Hey guys.
Hey,
Hey,
Diamond.
Diamond.
Hi,
Hey, Diamonds.
Diamonds.
Hi everyone. So I'm not saying that they're saying that they're gonna be drafted for a war. However, in the news, even in the White House press,
Thank you,
they're
man.
saying that there was legislation passed that instead of them waiting for the 18.
Diamond.
Diamonds?
Diamond.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
You
went
God.
to
unmuted yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you, yes.
Okay, so I'm not saying that they're going to be registered for the draft because there's a war. That's not what's being said. It was passed
Selective
even
service.
in the yeah, exactly. So before what was going on was that when a young man reached the age of about 17 going into 18 and they get like their driver's license, they had to go in and register themselves.
That's
What's
always
going on
been.
now?
Like
I
Bug.
know that's what I just said. That's what I just said. What I'm
Oh,
saying
okay.
is now what has been passed is that they're not even waiting for you to go and register yourself. You're automatically, even with a license or without a license, the boys aged 18 to 26, turned men, obviously, are going to be automatically registered. You understand? It's their duty.
Yeah,
It's their duty. Before it was their duty to register for the selective services, okay? But now they're bypassing all of that, all right? And certain immigrants are going to be registered as well. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if Sherry is agreeing with me or saying anything else,
Oh,
but
okay. All right.
if
I
you look at the
misunderstood
news,
you.
even the White
misunderstood you,
House,
Diamonds.
yeah, the White House press secretary spoke of it, and I don't like watching her, okay,
No,
but
I don't either. I
I
don't either.
wanted
You
to watch
people
her
think
to see
I'm
what she had to say, and basically that's what's going on, all
I
right?
like Jen
So
Psaki. I don't.
everyone is in denial. Everyone is in denial. You're saying that there's no war. I'm not saying you in particular. I'm
I
speaking
agree
in
with that.
general. Okay, everyone is in
Diamond.
denial that there's no war. Come on, wake up, open your eyes.
Oh, I
Okay,
know we are
the
surrounded by war.
Houthis,
Diamonds.
the Houthis have attacked us in where we are, our
They
submarine.
just
All right,
attacked us
we're
on
being
our
attacked.
ship.
We're being attacked everywhere. You guys need to open your eyes.
But we
All right,
always have been.
because no,
we're a
because
superpower.
the president
We
is
are
saying that there's
already
no
in a
war.
war.
Exactly, Miss Sherry, you are correct. Because the
Yes.
president and his bum, excuse my language, his bum ass administration is saying that there's no war. Come on, where are all our money? Where's our money going to? All right.
Those other
Ukraine.
people's wars,
Exactly.
Okay,
not our wars.
our ammunitions. All right, we are at war, guys. We are at war. No matter what the administration says, we are at war. Okay,
Yes, we are. And
what
it's
we
not
need is
being
a strong president, not a president. And God forgive me, he's old, and I'm not gonna get
That was
get
Trump.
into.
Trump's only 2
I'm
years
not.
younger than him.
Please don't
I'm
make
not
fun of
going
him.
to. I'm not going to get into what's going
Yeah,
on with
please don't
Biden
make
because
fun of
I
him
feel
because I
no
think
one is making fun of him, Miss Sherry. No one is making fun of him. I have not said anything negative about
His
Biden.
son's
Okay,
coke habit
what I'm
has
saying is
nothing to
he's
do with
being
this.
used. He's being used, and I feel sorry for him. I really do. I
cabinet,
feel bad for him.
He
Okay,
shouldn't be
Diamond,
there.
his
but
He
come
has
on,
cabinet,
not
he's
belong there.
he is
his
he
cabinet controls everything.
He
yes,
does not
the whole
belong there.
the whole administration needs to be replaced. Okay, let's be real. All right, Biden is our president. He is the president, the commander in
Absolutely.
chief of the United States of America, and he is weak. Period. We do not need a
He's
president that
senile.
shows weakness.
But
Okay,
to
I'm
me,
not
I don't
blaming
think
him for
Trump
it.
is any
I'm not.
better. The only thing Trump
That's
showed
your
was
opinion. and that's in your
Exactly.
opinion,
And I'm
and I will,
letting you have yours,
truly
so let me have
100%,
mine
I will 100% respect your opinion. All right.
So do I.
What I'm going to end this with is that Trump has balls of steel. All
now.
right.
I don't think he does. I think he's a
He
pussy.
went up against the bullies. All right.
In your
Putin,
see, now that's in your
Putin,
opinion.
the rocket man in North Korea, and the dude in China, okay, they all back down. Why?
That's
Not
who
because they
you don't
fear
have to
him,
worry about.
not because they fear him, but they respect him. Why? Because Trump showed respect to them as well. And that's what we need. We need God back in the government.
Stop
We need
hating God.
respect.
Stop.
Okay?
Oh,
We need
God.
God
that,
is
like
in the
I said,
government.
I
that's
don't
I'm
what
care
you
sorry,
guys
what
say.
but our
That's
Trump
what you
is
guys
I'm
say.
no
sorry. I'm
freaking
sorry, but
Christian.
our government is filled with devil worshiping
May I say something,
Freemasons.
Trump's
please?
no
I
better.
don't care what nobody says. They're a bunch of devil worshippers.
May I say something, please?
Obama is behind Biden, and I don't care what anybody says. I feel like our government is full
Everybody talks
of
about,
child
let the
molesting,
list go of
perverted,
Jeffrey
devil
Jeffrey
worshiping
Epstein.
Freemasons. I'm
Epstein's
sorry.
on that.
That's
Trump
why
is
our
on that
country is
list
going all
7
to you know
times
what.
to Epstein's
Sorry,
island.
y'all. I need to take Sebastian's name off this because this is turned.
I'm sorry,
I'm not going
but
to
No,
argue
Trump,
you're
because it's
it
fine.
was
politics,
never,
and
please,
nobody's ever going to agree with me.
Marita,
Yes,
just like you asked me to bring some type of proof, okay? And you said Snoops. It wasn't Snoops, it was Snopes. And Yahoo
oh,
has it. And
yeah,
there are
I said
several
it wrong. I know.
channels there are several channels that cover what's going on in the
Right,
White House
Angel.
as well on YouTube. So you asked me to bring you receipts, so I
I
brought you
didn't ask you
receipts,
that.
okay?
I
What
know,
I'm
Dreamcatcher. Go ahead.
okay. You
This
you
is
you
why people
asked
don't talk about
you said,
politics.
Exactly.
Exactly.
all right, hold on.
I'm
When
holding.
Miss Daisy
I
read out loud,
misunderstood what you were saying. And
okay,
I'll
and you
say
asked
it,
for
I'm
proof. You
sorry.
said where? You
I'm,
said where? So
yeah,
I sent
because
Miss Daisy the
I
proof.
researched it too. And what I got was there is no draft.
It did.
But
So
I
Okay,
didn't
so
research
there
the
was a
way
miss.
you did that they were automatically drafted. And they've done that since I was a little kid. There's
Yeah,
always
that's
been
what I'm
the
saying. Like
automatic.
I know the difference, so I'm not gonna put something out there that's gonna spook everyone. That's a lie, like I brought the receipts. What I'm saying is, being that, you know I'm basically bringing the receipts. You
I'm
come
not
and you say, oh,
stuttering,
Trump
ethanol Felmer.
you're saying that
I'm
he's
not
trash, and
stuttering.
that he's cheated on his wives and all this other stuff.
He's a
It's,
pig.
I mean, okay, but how is it that you can compare him being a man, like every
Oh, I
single
don't want to hear
man, okay,
being a
I don't
man
care,
shit. My
every
father
single
was a man.
man, okay, has done something wrong. Like, they either
hey,
look at
Dorothy.
other females while they're being married, they talk to other females while
Look at
being
Bill
married. There is
Clinton.
no innocent human being on this planet. What I'm
Exactly.
asking
But
from
when
you,
you're fucking
what I'm
another
asking from
female
you,
when you're married
no. You
Well,
see,
look
but
what
there's a
Clinton did.
difference.
and
This
getting
happened
pregnant
before.
and
This
getting
happened
pregnant.
before Trump became president.
He
Okay,
was
what
always
did
a
Clinton
pig.
do? What did Clinton do while he was president in
He
the
was a
White
pig.
House?
He was a
Okay,
pig.
okay.
He was a
More
So
than a
why?
pig.
pig. He's a
Okay,
pedophile.
No,
well,
Look
yeah,
at him.
that's
He's
Clinton
a
all
whole
wasn't
over
a
different.
Epstein
pedophile. He was a
Island.
pig.
That's a whole
All
different
over
ballgame.
Epstein Island.
What I'm saying is, most of the people that I ask them, why don't you like Trump? I hear the same thing. Oh, well, he said, grab them by the peas,
Oh
and
no, that's
he's
not why I don't
he's
like him.
he's
That
over
was
here, and then, no, let me tell you, some Puerto Ricans, all right. I'm gonna talk like my sister, okay? She can't stand Trump, and every time I ask her, why is it that you can't stand him, she brings up the
yes, I
same
am
thing
Myrtle.
over and over.
Thank
The
you.
fact that he threw paper towels when he visited Puerto Rico, okay, after the big
Yeah,
hurricane,
the
all
hurricane.
right? And I'm like, yo, are you serious? First of all, this president, okay, went over there physically where he was standing. He wasn't throwing the paper towel rolls to the Puerto Ricans over there to make them feel like to belittle them or to make them feel any type of way. You wanted him to get off from where he was at, being surrounded by the Secret Service or whoever was surrounding him, his security, okay? You wanted him to get off and walk all the way to the back of the crowd and hand out paper towels? Come on, man. Not one president would do that. Even Bush, when we got hit in 9/11, he went down to Manhattan. Okay, he was standing up on some type of ledge or whatever it was where he was standing. He didn't. He got down and shook hands to the first responders in the first and second row. He didn't go all the way to the back of the crowd to give them hugs and shake their hands and stuff. Like, come on, you gotta come with something better than that. And I'm just talking about the conversation that I have with my sister. I'm not addressing you, Marita.
How about diamonds for president for 2024?
EMT, you're calling me nuts?
Only if she can beat Ronald.
EMT.
Listen, I don't know if I can beat Ronald, but I'll definitely go up against him. I'm not scared. Ronald, you don't scare me.
I think anything's better than what we got right now, though. And I think
do too. I've always said
on that
have
one.
I ever said I was a fan of Biden's?
No, you've never said you're a fan of Biden's, but right now I
just think Trump is a loot, and everybody's saying, "Well, he ran the country like
Crystal B. Thank you.
I'm going to get off of the politics now.
I love you, baby. I love you too, Crystal.
Diamonds.
I love you, Marita.
I love you too. You're awesome, and
I'm sorry,
my buddy, and I think we're buddies, and we can.
Oh yeah, we're definitely buddies.
And we're
definitely buddies. I love you. And I will never, I can sit up here and debate with you, Marita, but I will never, ever disrespect you, because I see
everybody how to respect everybody's opinion.
Exactly. And that's what's important.
And, I don't dislike Trump for that grabbing by the pee thing. That was to me, that's guy talk. I never liked the man. I thought he was a lousy businessman. I knew people who knew him very well. He did not want that second daughter.
Marita, I knew him back in the 80s too, when he was the biggest playboy in the world.
Yeah, and when he got pregnant with Tiffany, he wanted that girl aborted.
My
dad was a playboy too. He used to walk around with his cane, okay, and he looked like a pimp.
Trump without judging.
My dad married my mother and saw nobody else but my mother.
Creepy Quentin.
And had 8 children.
How many times has he been in a picture with Epstein? Clinton's been a big lister on him, and Epstein were big buds.
Yeah, but
yes, that's another thing that I wanted to mention. Okay, there was no proof. There was no proof that Trump landed on that island. When Trump took his trips on that plane, before he found out what that monster was, okay, all his trips, he ended up somewhere else. He never landed on that island. Okay, whereas Clinton actually visited the island.
Yeah, a lot of them did.
But Trump didn't. Trump, yes, he admitted he did board the train, and he took the plane over to, I believe one of them was in Florida. One of the other trips was some Caribbean. But then when he found out, he never set foot on that island. Never.
You believe that? I'm going to believe otherwise. What I've been.
You guys are killing me.
Shown. But I'm going to get it to you, okay, girl? I'll send it through DM on Facebook, all right?
Okay, no problem.
There's never been proof that he's been on that island, but there is
proof. But you know what?
You think they wouldn't have ripped him to threads?
And I have no respect for any politics.
Basically, this trial is to keep him from being president. This is a political trial. I don't care what nobody says.
Everything
I was awake
political
the
in
morning
a
when
election,
Trump was in the lead, and then all of a sudden, all the
No, he
votes changed over around 3 o'clock in the morning to Biden. I seen it with my own eyes. There's no doubt in my mind that Trump won our last election and that the election was rigged. There's no doubt. I seen it with my own eyes. There's no sense of arguing because either one of us are going to change. Not
And Miss Daisy, there's been proof. There's been proof.
I
Look
know
at
there's
that
lots of
lady
proof.
in Georgia. In Georgia,
Yeah.
she got fired for the fake ballot. She got fired, and they're
Yeah.
trying
that
to
was
bring up
Fannie.
felony charges on her.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
No,
go take
That
no,
a
was
not
nap
Fannie
Fanny.
because
Willis.
Not
I'm in
Fanny.
a
She
lot
was
of pain.
working. She was
Fannie
working. She was
Willis.
no, not
Oh.
her. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking
Oh.
about she was working in the polls, okay?
Oh,
And
Uh-huh.
she and I gotta get her name. Once I get her name, I'm gonna send
Ada,
you the
I'm
link,
not lying.
okay?
Why would I lie?
And they're now because they
Why
did
would I lie?
the audit
I'm 2 years
there's
old.
missing
What old
ballots,
lying?
okay?
let's just talk
Now
one
they're
at a
talking
time.
about they're
I'm
gonna
being
be
quiet.
they're gonna be felony charges against all these people. All right, and I cannot wait
They
until
need
everything
to.
comes out.
They knew to because this
Perjury.
All right, listen. I know I'm the only one here. I'm the only Democrat.
We
I'm the
love
only
you, Marita.
Catholic.
No,
And I
you
pray
are
that
not
God
the
shows
only
you
everything,
open your
but-
eyes. That
I wish
I
y'all
pray
would
that
talk
God
about
opens your eyes. But a
Biden
lot of
for
the
a little
stuff that
bit
you say is not real. Is
about
very
his health.
real.
I don't
And
think
there's
Sherry's
a
a Democrat.
lot
I
of
don't think. I mean, I don't think Sherry's a Republican. Is she, Miss Daisy?
She might be an
It
independent.
was rigged.
Yeah, I'm an
Absolutely.
independent.
Trump won the last
I
presidency.
was actually. I was
No doubt
definitely
he
an
was by
independent.
far.
person.
Then I had to
I
go
vote
And
back
they
to
know that
Democrat
he's
because
going to
of
win
who I had to
again.
vote for mayor.
But historically,
Biden is
my
behind
entire
it.
family
I
on
wanted
both
to
sides
vote for
are
this
Republican.
Behind it.
person.
I'm sorry,
we
y'all. I
have
didn't
for
mean to make
mayor
this
now.
not political,
Yes, I am Republican.
But here, I have something to tell you about K&A. I don't know if you've
but
been
Biden
watching.
is the
There was a shootout I
Biden.
was watching the other night in front of the bar down in Kensington.
Everybody believes in it. Huh?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Did someone die?
That bar,
Hey, Amy Lynn.
there was a shoot. 2 people were shot. It was so weird to see happen while you're watching it. It wasn't a TV
Good
show.
night, Maddie. Good
And
night.
they sneak out of the dark with those guns and
And they had a shootout last night.
yeah.
Hi, Maddie, I love you.
Yes, they did. And
But I mean, but not to change the subject, I do want to get back. Diamonds has got 2 family members that's in the military.
I have
So I can
plenty.
see.
I have plenty.
Yeah,
And I
but
have
she's
plenty
got
who
her
fought.
husband and her child that's in the
Well,
military.
that's a whole different
And they're
thing.
active.
And so does
That's the
Christine.
thing. They're not.
I can never say anything because I don't have children, but I have.
I think our country is doomed if we don't get a better president in. If
Yeah,
we don't
but
get rid of Biden,
You know what?
our
Here's
country,
my thing about the
the
presidency.
people that is running
Marita, in your
our
opinion,
country right
8
now
billion
is seeking
people in
to
this
destroy
Marita, calm
our
down.
country.
Take
They
communion.
don't care
We're
about
the
our
2 best
country.
we could
They
come up
don't
with.
care about our well-beings. The only thing they
Marita,
want to do
take
is
communion and
destroy
calm down.
America. That is their main focus. And the
Marita,
devil
in your
It's
opinion,
always late. You're right.
who do you think would be a good president right now to run for our country?
right
in your
now,
opinion,
Ronald,
Who I really
Ronald, I would
wanted?
vote Ronald 2024 before I would Vinyl.
I
Biden.
really was leaning towards maybe a woman.
No.
Well, if
I'm
Biden
That's
so
dies,
right.
you're
It can
going
only
to
be
get
a
one.
man's
I'm so
job.
sick of that. No.
If Biden passes away,
We
And
need
I
more
was
you are going to
also,
get Kamala.
not the women that's part of it right
Excuse
now.
me.
The woman that's
I don't know.
behind
I think
Biden,
what's her face
no,
was
she's
had some
Obama.
balls.
Obama's behind him.
Cheney.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I thought
This
Liz
is getting
Cheney
the
could have
closer
been a
to the
decent
election, the
president.
more sensitive I'm getting about this because my
What
true
do you feel
feelings are
about
coming
that,
out
Diamonds?
about how I
Will
feel about our
anybody,
country right now.
would you
And I
please
feel
be
like they're willing.
respectful?
They are not willing to stop anything from keeping Trump.
Please be
And
respectful.
that's
Let me
why I
speak
say
on this.
we need to pray for Trump's
For
safety
fuck's sake.
because
What are you
these
talking
people
about, Ada?
will destroy him and our country.
Now may I
I
speak?
didn't.
Marita, I don't agree with a woman for president.
Oh, you don't?
I
Okay.
don't think
Well,
No, that's
I
all
don't
a
I
big
don't
well,
think
big
the
maybe
lie.
world
he wouldn't have been
is
bad.
ready.
That's all a
I
big
don't
I
big
think
like.
the
big
world
lie.
is ready for a woman as a
All right.
president.
Well,
May I speak,
here's the
please?
other one I thought, but I know I'm going to get
May I
lambasted for
speak,
this.
please?
I thought Gavin Newsom, but he's a little
Who
too
is that?
liberal for me, and I'm not that liberal. I am a liberal conservative. There's some things
Well,
men
I'm going
shouldn't
to
be
have to feed my
making
fish.
for women, but it's hard. This country's so big.
I'm gonna be
Where
honest
can
with
we
you right
find
now.
good
I seen in
people
Pittsburgh
who?
where they're trying to pass a law where they can deliver a baby between the months of 6 months to birth alive and keep them alive while they harvest their organs. Okay? They harvest while the baby is still alive. Do you think that judgment is not going to come
Exactly.
upon
That's
our
what,
country from
Suzanne. That's
God
why
over this kind of stuff?
at first I thought maybe he'd be good, but then he's too
We don't
liberal,
need
and
no
California's.
darn liberals in our office. They don't care about America. They don't even care about themselves, leave alone
No,
America. We don't need a liberal. We need a God-fearing
that's what I
person
said. We
in
don't need
our,
a liberal,
and
but
it's
we
not
can't
Biden,
always.
it's not
We don't.
Obama, and it sure ain't the Clintons. They're out
We need
to
a God-fearing man
destroy
that's selling
our
Bibles.
All right,
country.
here you got. What's
They're
this Kennedy?
absolutely out to destroy our country. Marita, wake up. You're still living in the 70s.
What did
And I
I
love
say
you.
about?
I love you, but you're still holding
What?
on to that 70s stuff. This
What are
world
you
is
Miss
talking
becoming
about?
Daisy,
worse and worse and
Miss
worse.
Daisy,
What?
we
Daisy,
should
what
be
are
able
you
to respect
talking
each
about?
other's
I'm not
opinions
trying.
without.
No, we
You're
can't.
not
Not when it
listening
comes
to
down to
me,
the facts, the
apparently.
facts, the facts.
You
If
tell
it walks
you
like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a damn duck. Democrats and liberals are out to destroy our country. They don't care about us. They want to push their agendas on us. They don't care about human life. They don't care about innocent children. They want our
All right,
country
I
to
don't care
fall.
about any of that.
well,
All
that's
right,
why we have
and
the
my
right to
Excuse
family,
me,
my
vote.
You
ladies.
don't care
friends.
about
No.
these
We have the
babies
right
that
Excuse
to
me,
get
vote.
ladies.
murdered every
Use
single
your
All right,
day.
I'm
right.
out of
Open
here
your
Ladies.
eyes.
because
No,
I'll
Marita,
only
before
be
you
I'm
leave.
for
Marita.
you
Hold
Marita,
It's
up,
a
shit for so
Democratic.
long.
Marita, I have a
Marita.
question for you. Please
I'm the
don't
only
leave
No,
one
yet.
I'm
up
only
here
going
that
to be
hasn't
treated like
tried
shit
to
for so
fight with
I'm
you.
long.
not trying to treat
No,
you like
no,
this.
no,
I'm just
Marita.
telling you what I
Go
feel.
ahead,
I'm not trying to
Diamonds. I'm
fight with you.
sorry.
How
I'm
I'm
could
being
trying
you
to
yelled
speak
at
support
on something
people
for
that
about
being
support
30
such
Democrats,
minutes.
horrific things?
and I'm a hell of a lot
Very
older than
simple.
any.
Marita.
Go
All
ahead.
right. My question is,
I'm sorry, I'm
did
going
you
off. I'm getting
did
mad.
you forgive did you forgive Biden when he voted for the segregation of blacks and whites? Did you forgive him? I did. I forgave
Um,
him.
yeah. Well, it didn't come easy.
Oh no,
I
of
mean,
course not.
that happened when I was a
Let me
child.
cool down a
Well,
minute,
I
y'all.
wasn't a child. I was a young adult, and I I find any segregation
You
to
know,
be.
that's what the devil's agenda is, to
All
twist.
right, Daisy,
Okay,
let
we
me
need to
finish this.
support
All right.
everybody's views. It's okay for you to go against God and the Bible as long as you do it in your own time. It's okay to expose little kids to horrible things. It's okay to abort a baby at
What
9 months
the fuck am
pregnant.
I doing wrong that I'm exposing
I'm
people?
not saying you. I'm saying if you support any of them, any of these people that support anything like that,
If you guys would let
in
me
my
speak, I'd
book,
explain
It's
it
it's
to
okay
you.
to
not.
support a guy
It's
who
not.
cheats on
All
every
Miss
right.
wife,
Daisy.
cheats on his
I
Yeah.
need to
spouse.
speak.
This
What?
is getting
Go ahead, Sherry.
ridiculous. I gotta
I need
go.
to speak.
Well,
Okay.
Marita, I was up here
Diamonds
I'm going to
talking.
approach.
universal.
I love you,
Number
Women
one,
Marita,
I'm
but
going
I
to
was
talk
up here
about
champion.
talking
Biden.
about how I feel about Trump,
Biden
and you
is
decided to come up here
obviously
knowing that
suffering
I feel a
from a
certain way.
neurological disorder.
I
I
know,
respect how
Daisy.
you
I would
feel,
say,
but
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 judging
you're
by
like
his
making
I
me
case
respect
feel
how you
and
feel.
horrible
his
for
I feel
being me.
very
his
strongly about
comprehension
our
and his
country, and I have
sensory
I have a boy that's getting ready to turn
surroundings, I
18 years
think he
old.
has.
I
I
have a boy that's getting ready to turn
I
18
have two
years
great
old that would be
nephews that are
drafted
17 years
into
old.
a
I
country
think he
that
has
could possibly
Parkinson's
be fighting
disease.
for nothing.
I have great
Okay?
nephews that are ready to
Basically for
Daisy,
go if
nothing.
they
It's
have
easy
to.
for
stop.
you to sit up
Daisy,
there and
what
say
you're
this
doing
stuff.
I have a
is you're
right.
yelling at me.
I'm
You're
yelling
not
because
even
you
letting
chose to
me
come up
complete
here
a
when I was
thought.
talking about my concerns. You come up here to argue it. If you didn't
I'm
come up here to
not
argue
arguing
it,
it.
yeah,
I'm,
you are. You're pushing your Democratic agenda on me, and I
I'm
don't
not
like it.
pushing it on anyone.
I don't like Biden. I don't like it. I
I
don't
don't
like the
like
way
him
our country is
either.
going. I don't like our country is at risk. We are going, these people that are running our country does not care about our country.
But what
At
makes
this
you
point,
think
I
that
don't care who's
every
president.
Republican
As
is
long
God
as they
tier?
love our country and want to
Biden's
save
cabinet
our
is running the
country,
country.
I don't care who they are.
But what makes you think every
Marita, when
Republican?
I want to
Stop
talk about
muting me. You're
my
not muting
politics,
anybody.
bye, Auntie Sherry. I can't deal with you right now. When I want to talk about how I feel on my channel about what's going on with this country, every time you come up here, you always try to downgrade what I say, and it's not fair. I feel strongly about our country. Our country is going to hell in a handbag. We can't even afford to live from day to day because for this godforsaken dementia man that Obama's running right now. We can't even afford to live. How bad more is it going to get? These people are demons, Messianic demons. They don't care. They kill little children and they eat them and they drink their freaking blood. And yes, it's true. It's out there. There's many celebrities talking about it now. You can choose to turn a blind eye and ignore it and say it's all fake, but it's there. There's so much proof out there. Do a little research yourself on it.
I do research. I just don't go on TikTok. I think it's
Well,
it's a joke.
TikTok has a lot. Why do you think they're trying to close TikTok down at this point? Why do you think that they're trying to close TikTok down? Because they don't want people to know what people are exposing on TikTok. Our country is a hot freaking mess right now. We can barely afford to live
But you're
because of these
saying me.
godforsaken devil worshippers that run our country right now.
Now I'm a Democrat, Daisy. Do I worship the devil?
No, but you,
Does
to
my
me,
family?
listen, I'm going to be honest
Do
with
my
you. That's
family
what
worship the
Daisy
devil?
does.
Ladies,
Yes.
can I say something real quick, please?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So
Oh, yeah.
Marita, you
Yeah.
have nephews, right? You said?
Yes. Great
Okay.
nephews.
Okay. So I'm gonna I'm gonna tell you something real quick and let me know in your opinion if I'm wrong or not, okay? So this
Sure.
past weekend, my husband and I took our little ones to go see a cartoon, a movie from Pixar, right? And
The one about feelings.
yes,
Okay.
exactly. And you know, I was enjoying it in the beginning, and then when the eighth grader was introduced to the high schoolers, I I felt this fear come over me because the whole time it was happening, I thought that they were going to, portray them falling in love with each other. All right. And,
Mhm.
I'm not saying that,
They're
I'm
pushing the agenda.
homophobic. I mean, this will probably be clipped and twisted and whatever.
I don't care.
My I have a lot of people that I know and people close to me that are, they're gay and it is what it is. However, I felt that I felt so uncomfortable. I didn't want my girls, to be exposed to it. Like I want
Children
them
should
to,
not be exposed to it.
yeah, and I was
Absolutely,
so
positively not.
fearful, and I kept looking over at my husband, and I mouthed to him, and I said, "Listen, if this is going the way I think this is going, I'm going to walk out, and I'm
How old
taking the
were the
girls with me."
children that you took?
Well, my two little girls, 8 and 9,
Oh,
they'll
Disney
be
is horrible.
I
10 and 9.
don't think that from my
You know,
personal knowledge of that movie, it should be made for older. But little
They're,
yeah, that
children,
that too. They were talking about puberty and whatnot, but like I
they're
said,
pushing
it was good,
the
but
agenda.
because of all the other cartoons like Kung Fu Panda and everything, like it I don't want my girls exposed to that. I mean, they know what it is, don't get me wrong, and I teach them that
They
they
stick the
they
pedophile
should
stuff
love
in
and
there
whatnot.
too.
But it's like, if I go out into the world with my little ones, I always have to be strapped. Now I have to make sure that when we're going into a water park or a splash pad, that I'm looking, instead of enjoying the time with my
Yep.
little ones, I have to make sure I'm
Right.
looking over my shoulder. Okay, even in a restaurant. All right, if we go and we sit in a restaurant, my back is to the wall. My husband's back is to the window. Why? Because we want to see what's happening before it happens. And I've never lived in that time. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say it's fear all the time, but it's just like, you know, I've never felt like this before until this president, until this administration,
No,
even with
see,
what happened at 9/11, even with what happened with 9/11. Yeah, I felt the fear because I was in New York when it happened, and my sister experienced it firsthand what happened down there. She was a transit cop, but I didn't feel the fear afterwards.
I
Okay,
feel like you're saying that. I was
like I
just on
feel it
vacation.
now.
I was just on vacation in Wildwood. You know where Wildwood is, right? Diamonds.
Diamonds.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm here. I just put it on mic.
You know where
I'm mute so that
Wildwood
you can
is,
talk.
right?
Yes, yes,
I
ma'am.
was just down there for a week. I came when I was down there. I was doing the same thing, looking around because they had the trouble Memorial Day weekend down there with teenagers. And there weren't even any teenagers around. It was pretty empty. Now this week it's busy. Their
Right.
season
Protected.
starts. But I was constantly looking because I've gotten that way. See, I'm a lot older than you. And there's something, the first school shooting that happened was Columbine that I really remember that really affected me. Because being a school teacher, I never stood at the blackboard worried that somebody's going to come up behind me and shoot me in the head. But it made me very paranoid after Columbine happened. Then these school shootings start happening once a month, once every 2 a month, and then mass shootings. And we need now, and Daisy, I think you might agree with me on this. We need some type of gun control. You can't take away guns. It's everybody's right to have one. But we need to have more mental health checks before we hand a gun out. Because
I agree.
I
Before somebody
never owned
purchases an
a
AK
gun.
And the
47.
first recorded school shooting happened over here in Pennsylvania. You know that, right, Marita?
What
In
school
the
was it?
1700s.
What
In the
school was it?
1700s. Let me get the link for Miss Daisy,
I
and
don't
she
remember
can
that.
show
I
it.
don't. It probably did happen here, but we just had our first in Philadelphia. It was at my alma mater, back in March. 8 kids were shot at a bus stop. But I mean, guns need to be controlled, not taken away. I'm not saying everybody's guns go. No way.
I was just thinking about something today when that man tried to come in my house on me the about a year ago. He waited till my husband drove out of the driveway, and then he proceeded in trying to open my door and push his way into my house while I'm screaming at him the whole time. It's not until I told him I was getting my gun that the son of a bitch decided to run off. But I didn't have a gun on me. What if that sucker would have tried to come in on me? I was just
Yeah,
thinking about
You
that
would have
today.
to grab a knife or a
yeah,
Because I have
bat.
one of
yeah.
those
And
doors.
and you know what, Miss Daisy? Look at what Marita just said. Marita, can you repeat what you just said?
That
If she didn't
nobody
have a
should
gun,
have their guns taken away.
No, about the whole knife. Can you repeat what you just said?
The whole what?
Knife. When you said knife.
Oh yeah, get a knife, get a bat.
And what is a
Oh,
knife
I
and a
was
bat?
prepared to fight
What
him.
are those things?
He
What
didn't
are
know
those
what
They're
kind
things?
of
weapons.
Appalachian crazy
They're
he was.
weapons.
They become
Exactly.
what? There's something that
They
can be turned into
become
a weapon.
weapons. Exactly. So,
Something that you make
a,
dinner with
lot of
or
the
play, have the greatest
yeah.
day
I
of
mean,
your life playing
a
baseball.
a car, a glass bowl,
I
Everything
a
was
can be a weapon.
pencil,
literally, I,
everything. If you use it as a weapon, it's a weapon.
Hey,
Okay.
now
Now,
you
as
know, Diamonds, that
guns are weapons. Yes.
my very dear girlfriend's son was beaten
he
to
did
death on
protect it.
my church steps
Yeah, I
back
remember
at
you
the Eddie
telling us
Pollock
about that.
murders. murder.
Well, heck, look at that woman the other day that came out of the shopping center and stabbed a 3-year-old little
That was
baby.
horrible. And
Yeah,
when my sister
if
came,
they're
we were
gonna
at
do it, they're
home.
gonna do it whatever way they want to do it. But
Exactly.
That woman lived,
Exactly.
and she stole the knife from a thrift store right before that.
I
So what do?
agree.
You take the knives off the shelves
I
at the
do
thrift
agree
store and
that
put them behind
people that
glass.
want to get these
See,
big
there's
high
no right
power
answer to
military
anything
stuff should be more
because you should
expensive.
be able to carry. Now I
Yeah,
can't
and all
carry.
these laws are for law-abiding citizens.
Law-abiding citizens.
Criminals, they don't care if there's a sign
Wait,
on the door that says no weapons allowed, no guns allowed, no knives allowed. Because you
No,
know
they
what?
yeah,
don't.
If they're gonna go in there and try to rob you, their own bare hands.
They
You
want what
understand?
they
They
want.
can use their own bare hands. They're gonna do it
they
regardless.
they
They
gonna
want
get a
what
You
they
know?
want. And
But
see,
I was even on the phone with my husband. He knew I was on the phone with my husband telling him to come back. And I got one of these big glass doors with a glass window in it. He was actually pushing up
was he
against
a
that
young
right up
guy,
to his face.
Daisy?
Yeah, he's a drug addict.
Why'd
And
you want me to come up here, Big Mama?
I just thought you should come up with us. You know, argue.
Jenkins!
You might
What
as
you
well
got
argue
Yeah,
Because
with
she
that's
me.
thought
that's
I,
scary.
she thought
Hey,
she and
my
I were
baby
going to go
girl.
at it, and I would never go at it with Daisy. We both got
No,
along.
it's not
Sweetheart.
that. I
I
just
love
think that
Daisy,
I try to
and I
get you.
love
I love you
Diamonds.
too,
I love
Marita,
the
but we
chat.
have way different views on when it comes
We
to
will
the.
always have different views, but in the
I
end, who's
know.
it come down to? God, and we both had the
It's
same view.
exactly right. That's exactly what it is.
We
What
I
both
we
get
love
talking about?
Jesus. We both
I
love
get
God.
very heated over politics. I did it the last time. Hey, Dee Dee. And so I have to hold back on it because I
What
feel
we
very
talking
Well,
about?
see, I hold back a lot.
I didn't come into politics, did I?
No, we're done with it.
no, this
We're
guy.
We're
done.
talking about that day that you had to pull out your pew pew when you were yeah, we're talking
Hey,
about
the,
that
We
Dom-
day.
were
the
calling it
Domino's
by a
pizza
drill.
guy.
Yeah, she
I'm
cocked
sorry,
it.
Jared. I hope I didn't offend you,
Oh, you
lady.
mean, y'all, it was rough up there. And that was,
Daisy.
did you know, I found out where we was at is one of the most dangerous places in America. It's like the fourth dangerous place in America.
AMT.
St. Louis, Missouri. Didn't you go
I
there?
do. I get
Yeah.
tore up
That's
about it
the number
because
one murder
I'm
capital of the
worried.
world, country.
Well, it wasn't in St. Louis. It was Kansas City, Missouri.
Or that's
It
number
was
two.
North Kansas
There,
City.
and then
It's
Detroit
worse.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
Flint, Michigan. Everybody thinks it's Pennsylvania, like Philadelphia. Like we're not that high up. When
I was watching the 10 most
Missouri,
deadliest in America, and Kansas City was Kansas City right where we was at. Right where me and Daisy was staying and eating out and everything. No wonder it was so scary over there.
no
It's
wonder
because it was
is
one of
right.
the most dangerous places in America.
Look, Centerman said that's where it's from. That Kansas City is.
I think York City is moving up on the list too, right, Marita?
York, Pennsylvania is getting very, very dangerous.
I think the reason why
That might even be more dangerous than Philadelphia. Diamonds.
Yep, I agree.
Because
Jinkies.
of the
Hey, my
demographic
baby.
of
What are you doing?
you're either doing okay or you live in poverty.
Detroit
Yep, exactly.
Oh,
It's
that's
changed
crazy.
since.
No
Now
jobs.
I'm 62 years old, so it's changed a lot. Used to be beautiful.
You're still young.
Like a suburb of
Mhm.
Lancaster. Now it's Lancaster. I don't want nothing to do with York. Nobody does, and it's weird that it got that way because it was a beautiful place.
Yeah, I had to hightail my butt out of there.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to be raising the two beautiful little girls there. That's
On
for
another
sure.
note, I bought this big giant watermelon from the grocery store, got it home, and it cracked.
It was?
No, take it
My
back.
What? You said it tastes like crack? What you said?
My watermelon cracked.
Take it to my
Jinkies, the best way to buy a watermelon is to get one that has a little bit of the stem on them because they're fresher.
Watermelon are too expensive.
I paid $13 for this watermelon, and it
Yeah.
cracked.
Did you
Everything's
take
so
it back?
On there,
expensive.
Take
No,
it back.
I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it. I love it.
I love
I'll eat
watermelon.
the hell
I
out
just
of it.
ate a ton of
Me and
it
them
last
do it.
night because I was dehydrated. It's good for
Exactly, Cinnamon.
dehydration.
Yes. They're young boys are becoming more and more seeked out victims.
You're
Keep
right,
on
Cinder
there.
Element.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're right,
I
Cinder
think I just
Element,
lost
about
And
that.
you know what?
I
I
don't
also
know.
think there was a lot of sexual
Am I
abuse
still
going
up
on
here?
for years that we just didn't know because we didn't have the internet.
Yes, and it's horrible.
Yellow?
It,
Exactly.
a lot of this stuff
Can
is
you hear
nothing
me?
new to me because
Yes.
growing
Yes,
up in
Jinkies,
the
we can
Catholic
hear you.
Church and
I'm
knowing what
driving, so I'll
priests.
be cutting in and out.
The problem is, I know that the watermelons are $4.99,
I
but
love
who
this.
can afford a $4.99 watermelon? That's how
I
bad
I
it's
paid
getting.
$13 for
Oh, I
one
can.
because
$13
I'm
$13
trying.
is.
crazy.
Was it organic?
But $4.99 to me is expensive.
Was it organic?
We would never go to
What, my
Kansas City.
watermelon? No, it was
Yeah.
gigantic. It was gigantic.
Okay, then.
Kansas City, you
Oh,
mean
send
Cinder
some
Element.
up
Now,
here.
Marita, you know Jinkies like the gigantic things.
Yeah, what was I thinking? That's what
Hey,
she
did you
said.
did you check out that new place that sold the 9-inch fried bananas? Diamonds?
The what?
The
The
what?
9-inch fried bananas?
Always
I sent it to you on Facebook Messenger.
I
with
gotta check.
deal with
Fried
watermelons.
bananas.
They're like rubber. They're very strange texture. Protected. Did
They
you
serve
notice
them
they're
with
also all round now? Whatever happened to the
balls
olive?
of chocolate ice cream.
I bet
Oh,
it is,
sounds
Frankie.
so good.
New Orleans has always been really
Go
dangerous.
check it out,
Nani,
Diamonds. I sent it to
The
you.
bigger they are, the less flavor.
What
Sherry.
you gotta do is you look. I worked in produce for 5 years at Gennardi Supermarket. You look on the bottom. The yellower it is, the longer it's been sitting, the sweeter it is. You can
And the
put
stem.
2 fingers between each green stripe. That's
Yes.
the riper it is.
Yeah, they gotta say Chiquita banana.
Did you see it, Diamonds?
No, I mean on watermelons.
Speaking of bananas,
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Oh, I
bananas.
can grow
No, I
for
haven't seen it yet,
banana,
Jinkies.
any kind
I
of
don't
fruit,
have any.
and I don't have any.
For some reason, it kicks me off when I leave the screen.
I just love a good banana.
I do too,
Yellow
Marie,
girls.
too. I like them big long ones. They're so good.
As long as they're not bruised.
Yeah.
Oh, now I want a smoothie too. See, you can
I need a water.
Cheekies, I got
water. It's
Why
water.
don't you talk about
Say
the
it
huge
right,
human trafficking
right,
ring?
right.
I've talked about it many
Oh,
times.
Philly
Detective.
pizza. It's water.
Many.
Say water.
Okay, Sherry, I love you.
Many times.
I know I'm trying.
Click your knuckles on a
Where are you
watermelon.
driving to,
It's
Jinkies?
hollow. It's ripe and juicy. Do you
What
ever
did you
smell
say,
the
Sherry?
rotten
I couldn't hear you.
watermelon? Ugh.
I
You.
can't hear you, Cheekies, and if I did, nobody'd let me answer you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sherry.
Just one of those
Hey.
days. When you get kicked,
My brain is like 10 different places. I know mine too.
look, my whole family, on both sides, poor dirt farmers and educated people, on both sides, they were Republican. As far as I can go back to Cades Cove, all of them. So I don't know what the big deal is here. What did I say wrong? I was trying to explain about Biden's disease. I think he has Parkinson's, judging by his mental capacity and his gait.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't find it funny because, that's not funny about anybody. But,
he had enough
Feeling
sense
good,
to get
Diamonds.
on.
Give me a
he
banana.
doesn't
now.
have enough.
He had enough sense to get on a podium and mock
His
Jesus.
his
I could
cabinet,
go
Miss
for one
Daisy,
and a
takes
nice
over.
smoothie.
And by the way, did you hear that Netanyahu from Israel, Netanyahu or wherever, he just abolished his entire cabinet. War cabinet, Secretary of War,
The one thing
Secretary of
you
State.
can't talk
But what was his
about
reason, Miss
here.
Sherry?
I did not get to see all of it because sometimes Erica will come in and we have to do things together or whatever. And
He's
so I didn't get
actually
to see
not
the
even
rest of
My
it.
from
dad had Parkinson's
Israel.
too.
You know where
And
Netanyahu's from?
Debbie,
Right by my house.
our daddy had
Debbie, he does
Parkinson's.
too. Watch his gait. He's
He
stiff.
shook. He couldn't even swallow. Dad did. He had a hard time swallowing.
Well, you're talking at the end stages then, but I'm talking
Yeah.
at the beginning stages.
That's actually what took our dad was aspiration pneumonia.
Really?
He aspirated. Yeah, he couldn't swallow. He would act like he was eating, but he wouldn't eat because he knew everything was going to his lungs.
Couldn't
I
they give
understand
him
We
that.
just
a
didn't
I,
know that until the day he actually passed away. That
I
he was.
understand that. My dad had ALS, Miss Daisy, ALS. You know, brilliant minds
He
left
said
in a
that
body that can't
he
move.
made a. He was mocking it, Carice. I've got it somewhere where he mocked the Lord not too long ago, actually. But
I have
yeah,
an affinity for elderly people, for number one. I have an affinity with any elderly person that's having a neurological issue.
I worry about that
And
sometimes
that's
because
what I see
sometimes
going
my
on. And I don't
thumb
make fun
shakes
of
like
him.
my daddy did.
I don't make fun of him. I wouldn't want somebody to make fun of my father or my mother because she had Alzheimer's. I mean, really,
It ain't about him. It's about the people that's behind him. The people, the dark
it's his
entity
cabinet.
that
It's his
runs
cabinet.
our
It's
country
running
right now.
things. Everybody's having
The
to
dark,
walk him off the
deep, dark
stage. He doesn't know where he
entity.
is.
Miss Sherry, I'm sorry if you thought I was making fun of him. That wasn't my intent.
Excuse me, honey.
My problem is not with Biden because he's not all there.
What'd you say, honey, about that was not your intent?
It's Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Obama, Pelosi, all them,
I wasn't trying to make fun of
all them.
Biden.
No.
That
Oh,
wasn't. It wasn't my intent to do
I
that.
know you were not. I know you were not. I know you were not.
Somebody's driving. Is that you, Big Mama?
I did hospice. I know
Me?
a lot of
Big
different
Mama.
diseases, and I've been with a lot of
Can you not
terminally
hear
ill
me?
patients.
I
No,
hear
it's
you, but I hear a
Oh,
lot of noise along with you,
I
Big
don't know if I
Mama.
got noise behind me.
I thought I heard
I
some
don't know about all.
noises.
I don't know about noise.
I just feel like that something bad's going to happen to Trump this year. I think that he's going to lose his life. That's my opinion. That's the
you
feeling.
think somebody will
Let's
be?
pray on
You
that.
think?
Let's rebuke that in the name of the Lord.
Yeah.
Do you
Please
think there
keep
will
him
be an
safe.
assassin? I
And
don't.
Biden too.
Amen.
Let's keep them both safe.
Amen. What's that?
It'll be the first assassin since Lincoln. That was a Republican.
Oh no, they're not going to do it like that. They're going to make it look like it's natural, just like they do with everything else. If you watch the show Jesse Ventura,
Well,
what was
he's been under enough stress, Daisy, to kill
But
anybody.
maybe,
Really,
what if he
conspiracy
did
theories?
die naturally?
I couldn't deal it. I couldn't
Nobody
deal
would
with
Uh,
what
believe
he's
it
had to deal
was?
with.
well, just like with the conspiracy theory show that Jesse Ventura had on TV, um,
Jesse Ventura.
uh, there was a man that showed a secret radar gun where you could stand outside somebody's house and shoot that thing at them, and it could cause them to have a massive heart attack. And the next day, the guy that showed Jesse Ventura about that ended up dying of alleged natural causes. You think these
But
people die of natural causes? No, they
my
are
dad
something
did.
100%.
They call it cardiac
Your dad is
arrest,
not a
Miss
part of an
Daisy.
elite. They're not a. He's not a part of the
Ah,
Illuminati.
but I'm
They
just
call it
I'm
saying.
just
cardiac
saying,
arrest.
I'm
Marita.
just saying.
These
Would
people can do. There is technology out there right now that can cause people to be sick or die of a heart attack. And why do you think a lot of these celebrities allegedly die of natural
The
causes?
vaccines.
I mean, look at the girl, the woman that dated Ellen
I'm not getting into that
DeGeneres.
one, Diamonds.
What was her name? Anne. There's actually a video footage of her sitting up. She unzipped the body bag they had her in, and she set up. But people are not talking about that. She was absolutely alive. She come up out of that body bag, but yet
well,
she
you
Miss
died
can't
during
have
that crash.
nerves
Miss
where
Daisy, I want to
that
give
can
you a
happen.
little
Miss
history
Marita, the
lesson.
whole time I've ever been a nurse, I've never seen a dead person sit directly up after their death,
Okay, a long
immediately
time
after
ago,
their death.
when people
It's
were buried
absolutely
in coffins,
You
impossible.
they would
move
put a
and your
bell.
eyes open and have
No, she set up. She unzipped the body bag and come up out of that body
Who
bag.
did it?
And Hinch, the one that died in the
Aunt
crash.
Leash? Oh, I
Yeah.
seen that. She
Yeah.
wasn't in a body bag at the time they were taking her away. She was in a burn
So
bag.
she was dead. So she was dead, Marita.
She was still alive when they took her away.
Yeah,
She was
some people
alive.
go
I
into
know.
Wasn't
a
dead
coma,
yet.
but they're still
But they're
alive.
saying that she died instantly in that crash, and she didn't.
They no, see, I saw otherwise where they took her. She was
Okay.
walking.
I just
wasn't
read the
dead
other
yet.
day that
Marita,
once you
listen,
burn
once
bag.
you
as long
die,
as
your brain
you
is
are
still
going to put
active for
a
10
wall, keep a
minutes.
wall over your eyes about things, you're never going to see the truth, what's really going on. You choose that
Why
because
would
you
they
try to
kill
keep
Aunt
yourself
Kate?
safe.
She's a nobody.
There is so much evidence out here about these Hollywood, more and more.
Hey,
You also said
no
that we were
Hollywood
crazy
elite.
when we talked about the Hollywood elites. And look, more and more celebrities are coming forward. There's even a video of it.
Aunt
Miss
Hayes
But yet
Daisy,
we're
not a
crazy
Hollywood
conspiracy
elite.
theorists.
did you read the article that said P. Diddy is going to turn on everybody else because he said, now I'm going to tell it all about
I
all
hope
of
he
the
does.
celebrities.
P. Diddy is a op.
Pig.
Diddy, not there's more than just Diddy behind
He
it
Who's
all.
the
said
other
he
one?
was
What's
going
the other
he
one?
was going to expose
There's
everybody.
so much evidence out there.
Jay-Z and
of these
Beyonce
things.
are going down too. God, I can't stand them. I can't wait.
She wasn't dead yet, Daisy. She didn't die until hours later. I watched that one. I don't believe she died. She was coming out and exposing Ellen DeGeneres about what
Everybody's exposing Ellen.
she is a pedophile. Ellen DeGeneres, in my opinion, is a pedophile. Just look at the pictures in her home. Look at the way she acts. Look how she bought everybody pizza at the rewards. They are sickos. And until you all open the veil of your
I don't
eyes and
even
ask God to
follow it.
show
But
you
Aunt Hayes was
proof, they are a bunch of pedophiles and they are killing our children and drinking their blood and cannibalizing on them.
now who
Look
are these
at Chrissy
children you're killing?
Teigen. She had thousands of tweets about little girls and toddlers and tiaras and how she's about to go to jail. She deleted them because everybody started calling her out on it. They're
And
sicko.
Miss Daisy, soon
What?
after her musician man died suddenly. The guy, I can't remember his name. The guy off to the side that got up to dance and stuff.
What's his name? Tweet.
He died
Allegedly,
suddenly.
he unalived himself, right?
No.
Well, we don't know, do we know
suicide.
that for sure?
He suffered from drug addiction and depression.
No, he did not. He
Suicided
danced
at
every
hotel.
day with his
Yeah, they
wife.
said it was
That's a bunch
he
of
unalived himself.
BS.
Well, I
That's
think
what
when
was
people
being
go
said.
too much,
Well, this
This
is
man
sometimes
had
somebody
children. He
unalives
had
them
everything
and
going
puts
for
tweet or
themselves
him.
away.
something.
No, he was a threat to expose them for what they really are.
He committed.
Lots of people from Hollywood are coming forward with it.
But
We're
Aunt
even talking
Hayes
about the
is
golden
far
juice.
from an elite. She was a rotten actress. She was
Who?
a B-list actress.
Who?
Anne Hayes. She wasn't a great
Anne
actress.
Hesh.
She was
Anne
connected
Hesh.
to Ellen, and Ellen is a part of the elite.
Yeah, but she had been away from all that for like 20
Daisy,
years.
most people who say conspiracy theories are people who think they don't say it or talk about it, then it happens because they are scared.
I'm not scared of anything.
A lot of people won't talk about stuff because
I do believe in some things, but I'm
they
not going to
have a
believe.
huge
I don't
fear.
believe they're drinking baby's blood. And I'm going to leave it at that. That's it.
Well,
I'm not talking about it.
Well, try looking up the actors that talk about the golden juice. I showed it the other day on here. There's many actors, including
Who are these
what's the
babies?
guy's Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson has been telling on them all along.
I'm
Put
just
it on
leaving
YouTube.
it. I'm not.
And so now
I'm
is
just
P.
been worried
P.
about
Diddy
myself,
said.
Jesus, and
P.
God. Does He have my back?
P.
But the
Diddy said
point
if he
is,
was
I'm
going
using my
down, he was
platform
taking
to
all
bring
the other
awareness,
actresses and
Marita.
actors down.
I
And
am using my
musicians.
platform to bring awareness to
And you
what
should.
I
You should.
believe.
And I'm
Why
never
don't
going
you
to
somebody come
comment
up
on
here
it
telling
again.
me that I'm crazy and it's a bunch of
No, I
conspiracies
never
and
said
it's
you were
not.
crazy.
You do though, Marita. I love you, but you do it.
I
When
don't
I'm
think we're
talking about
crazy.
it, you automatically ask for a link to come up here so you can argue with it. And then you wonder when I
No,
get
it's
upset.
just I feel like I have
No.
to stick up for some.
Stick up for what? Stuff that you don't even look into. I spend hours looking into this stuff. This shit is very real.
I don't.
And until you ask God to reveal this to you and bring the veil from your eyes and open up your eyes so you can see what's really going on in our country, or you can choose to turn a blind eye like a lot of people do and not want to face the fact that our country is freaking evil and full of child molesting pedophiles.
I know
You
That
know
is
there's
what,
bringing
believe me,
thousands of
Daisy.
immigrant children across the border and
Daisy.
Miss
trafficking.
Daisy?
I can show you a video right now where a woman screams and throws up because she found a truck full of children body parts in a truck. Tell me where a
Yes.
whole truck is full of children's body parts.
You have the
What
video
are
of
they
that?
doing with these children?
Miss
Where
Daisy.
are thousands of our children that is missing in
Miss
America right
Daisy.
now in the
Daisy,
CPS
calm down.
system
I
going?
didn't say
They
anything
are
about
Miss
kidnapping
Daisy.
our children and they are trafficking them and using these sick
All I
mugs
said was
in
Aunt Hazel's
Hollywood.
I know
These
one
sick
thing that we
mofos
all
in
agree on.
Hollywood are taking our children and using them for their own pleasure, their own game.
Miss
I,
And
Daisy,
until
there's
we
one
wake
thing
up
we can
as
all agree on.
Americans
We are
around the
living in the
world,
present
we
Sodom
are
and
never going
Gomorrah.
to be. We need to
We are
stop
living in the
turning
present
the
Sodom
cheek.
and Gomorrah.
We
listen,
are Sodom and Gomorrah. We are Sodom and
That's what I
Gomorrah,
said.
Auntie
We're
Sherry.
living in it
petty
right
We're
now.
worse than Sodom
pedophiles
and Gomorrah.
have been around forever. Look at my church.
It's getting worse. They don't even care
Look
anymore.
at my church.
Look at Taylor Swift.
How many
What's an
kids
example?
that I teach that were
Who
molested
does Taylor
by
Swift go
priests?
for? The young crowd. Oh, you want to see JoJo Siwa? What she's doing? She's playing with
I
herself
don't even
on
know who
stage
she
in front of
is.
9-year-olds.
I don't know who
9-year-olds.
JoJo is.
They're forcing our children to this shit. They're corrupting our
Yes, Rhonda, I
country.
do.
Most countries don't even allow half the stuff that goes on in America in their countries.
Because it gets conversation started.
This is what you call mad cow disease right here.
It might be, but I'm speaking the truth. And the truth shall set you free
I know,
until
Miss
you
Daisy. I
open your
agree.
eyes and
I
you
agree with what
quit
you're
turning
saying.
a blind eye and
I
saying it's
agree.
okay. It's okay. If
I
you go
agree.
back
No,
in
I
the
don't turn a
Bible
blind eye.
to the priest, the priest that had his sons that took the Ark of the Covenant out into the battlefield and lost the Ark of the Covenant. The priest fell dead because he chose to let his sons corrupt the tabernacle. And because of that, he fell dead because of it. We are not to sit silent. We are supposed to speak the truth. And the truth is the truth. We need to quit turning our blind eye to it. We need to step up for our children and across the world, not just children in the United States. These children that are coming across the border are becoming victims.
Debbie,
Little tiny innocent
I know it was
newborn
a lot of
babies on
churches, but
up.
it seemed like a lot of
Miss
people left the
Daisy.
Catholic Church for that reason.
Miss Daisy,
And
I
I
have
This
to
ain't
tell you
about the
something
Catholic
about the border
Church.
wall. A lot of mothers were throwing their infants across the wall, and people were catching them, and they had tractor trailers backed
And
up,
where's these children
and they
going?
were putting those poor
They
toddlers
are
and
unaliving
children
our
in
children.
those
When a
tractor trailers
director, a
and
famous
taking them off
director,
to traffic.
when a
I saw
famous
that with my
director,
own eyes.
actress comes forward and puts his life at risk to tell that these people are
Yes,
pedophiles, then you better listen because he lost his life. Isaac Cappy lost his life exposing these pedophiles. And you can't tell me no different. Why would he? And several other Jaguar right now. They're trying to put her in jail because she's exposing these
Who?
pedophiles.
Who?
Jaguar Wright, she's a comedian. She
What's her
ran
name?
with Diddy and all of them. Yeah, she's exposing them like
What's
crazy.
the name?
Jaguar Wright.
Jaguar Wright. I'm
She's a
gonna
black
look her up.
comedian. Yes. And they just put her in jail and they had to get her out for no reason. They're trying to take her down because she's speaking up. It's people like that is our true heroes, not somebody that's going to turn a blind eye and say, I don't believe that because I refuse to believe that the world is this bad. Well, yes, it is. And there is a real devil in our country and our world, and he's running it right now.
Yes, that's
These
why I say
people
the
are
devil
behind it.
is alive. That's why I say the devil is alive.
He's very
ALIVE.
much alive and real.
Because he
Charities
is
are
alive. He's
Our
not a
children
focusing
and
lie.
our
on human
He
world,
is
not
trafficking.
just our country,
alive.
Catholic
our
charities has nothing
world.
to do with
He
human.
roams the
I'm
earth.
not
Oh,
even
read the
arguing it.
Bible. He
Not
roams the
arguing
earth.
it. Not going to get. I don't want Daisy to get up. Oh,
I'm already,
yeah,
I
I
just,
know, but you need
listen,
to calm down because I didn't say. All I said was Anne
I
Heche
know,
wasn't
Marita,
a
but
great
you do
actress.
try to I love you, but you do try to downplay what I say. And what I say is very real because I do extensive research. I have done live streams showing proof of this stuff. And Isaac Cappy, why in the world would he want to come forward about human trafficking and child molestation and then lose his life? He was an actor and a director.
I don't
This
know.
man lost his life.
I don't know. I don't know any actors today. I only like
Steven
good movies.
Spielberg. Oh, let's not
Oh,
forget
Steven
about the little
Spielberg.
girl. What was
I
her
don't want to.
name?
I'm
That used to
actually.
dance around with all the actors. What was her name? The little girl way back when, the Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple.
They used to lock her in a cage when she didn't do what they want. Go back and look at her life history and her talking about her childhood in Hollywood. They sexualized that little girl badly. Badly. That's why I say, people, if you've got grandkids, if you've got kids, don't show them online because there's pedophiles out here that
That's
is
what I
I
always
wouldn't have
said
my
when
kid.
people post
children.
pictures on
And
Please
then
don't
Facebook
show
of
they
your
their
get
kids'
children.
pictures,
Don't
grandkids'
do it.
pictures.
there is a demonic presence in our country and in our world right now. And it is a bad demon. It is a pedophilia
Please
full
don't. They could
But
chase your
see, to
sick
me,
IP and find
Daisy,
out where
it's
you are.
pedophilia
always been
person
here.
that they are seeking after
I don't
children.
think it's new. I think it's always been here.
It's
We're
always
just
been there,
hearing
but it's
more
getting more and more
because of
prevalent.
social media.
They
That's
don't
You
even
know
my
what?
care
opinion.
I got to
anymore.
tell you something.
They
Miss
don't even
Daisy,
care anymore.
when I was a teacher and those backpacks started coming out with the kids' names on the back of them, like Katie or Chad, and I went to the faculty meeting. I said, this has to be banned. This has to be banned.
Right, Priscilla.
There should be
Because they are
no
using it.
names because that kid could be walking anywhere and somebody say, "Hey, Katie, come here, honey. Your mama
That's
told me
the
to come
same
tell you
thing with
something."
You know,
You know
when
what
I
I'm
look at
saying?
these
I
beautiful
mean, I
children,
pitched a fit
I
about
live in
that.
an area with a lot of Hispanic children.
They don't do
They're
it
the most
anymore.
beautiful
They
children.
don't do it
My
anymore.
bubs was beautiful. He still is. But when I think about these monsters, when these babies come across the border and these monsters, their mothers have no idea. They just want them to have a better life. They bring them across these borders and these monsters get a hold of these children. And God only knows what happens to them. It
I
angers
don't even
me.
think
And I pray every day for these
with
children. Lord,
sporting
expose
jackets on with their
monsters that
names on
are hurting our
because
babies.
Sherry's right.
These
Anybody
are
can put their name.
babies, y'all. They're babies. They're drinking the blood of our babies and our children. You can say I'm crazy, a conspiracy theory. It's out there everywhere.
You know what I'm going to
All
say? You believe
adrenochrome.
you, I believe me, and it's probably we meet in the middle, and it's true. All right.
It is true. I saw it. I was on a
There's
Roku
nothing
channel,
that's on my heart
and it
harder
was.
right now than
I'm not.
trying to bring awareness to this pedophilia ring that's in Hollywood. Don't watch their
But
movies.
it's always been there.
Don't go
Like
to
I
their
said,
shows.
social
Don't
media brings
listen
it
to
more
their
to the
music.
forefront.
Do not support these sickos. I don't watch TV anymore. I don't
It's
want them.
been
Do what?
it's been there, Marita. The only thing is now it's being celebrated.
Social media
Like
is being
it's
accepted.
being
Celebrate.
pushed. It's being
Cannot.
pushed on our kids so much that our kids think that that's the way to go,
I mean, I
and it's
Not.
crazy.
growing up, I knew a lot of gay people, but it was so kept quiet.
Gay people has nothing to do with
No,
pedophilia.
no, I'm not talking. I'm just saying in general how now it's very accepted as it should have been back then in 1965 when I was 4 years old, and my dad had some cousins that were gay, and one was a girl and one was a dude, and uh, now we knew they were gay, but it was just that's them. They're different.
There's so many people coming
and
forward.
and then I knew a bunch of other people who had people, like friends of friends. When you come from Philly,
Okay, you
everybody.
seen the new video of JoJo Siwa?
And,
Who is JoJo Siwa? JoJo Siwa
Miss
is
Daisy.
a
Miss
child.
Daisy.
It's
Please
disgusting.
stop.
She's
Those
disgusting
kids
now.
used to buy
Miss
their
Daisy.
been around
hair
forever.
bows and stuff.
Miss Daisy.
He
Please
is
stop forgetting the
literally
ministry.
on stage in
When I
front
was
of
Please don't forget how the
9-year-olds.
ministry is used for
She is
pedophilia.
literally on stage in front of 9-year-olds, rubbing on her, you know what, and her breast, and drinking and
Oh, she's
acting a
the
fool.
girl from Dance Moms or something.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Isn't
Okay.
she
Look
gay?
at Taylor Swift. Look at
Is
Taylor
she
Swift.
gay?
These people start out and our kids love them, right? And then now
Yep.
Taylor Swift's a devil worshiper. And she's performing rituals on stage. And let me tell you something, the spiritual world is very real. When you listen to this music, you are succumbing to their
Oh,
witchcraft.
I don't listen to it, so
A lot of people listen to it though.
I
A lot of
know,
our youth
I know a
is
lot of people.
seeking
I
out
know
our
people that
youth.
spent thousands to go to her concert when she was here in Philly.
Hey,
But you know
70
what? I'll
people.
do that if the Cranberries come because that means Dolores O'Riordan rose from the
The
dead.
problem is that they are more and more showing their true colors. They are witchcraft. They sign their soul. They sell their soul, and they have to do these
Yes,
rituals
they do sell their
to
soul.
be able. And I believe JoJo Siwa right now has done it, and I think
I
that
think
she is doing
and
the
I blame her mother.
there is a ritual that they have to do to embarrass themselves. A lot of them come out in dresses. They have to do certain things to initiate themselves into the club, if you know what I mean. And watch and see if JoJo Siwa don't blow up after
Your
she's
love
doing
is
all
your
this
soul.
horrific things that she's
Yeah,
doing
they
on
don't need
stage.
to be put in
They
spotlight.
do sell their soul for fame
They
and money.
do now. They feel they do now because
Apparently, it's a
treat it
chemical in the blood that
not
causes
so nice at
cancer.
times.
Exactly, Dawn.
Where they used to keep
We
it
need to
hidden.
bring awareness to this stuff.
Believe me, it was kept hidden in my relatives. It was like if you knew, you
A
knew.
lot of things that were hidden, God is bringing to light because we are living in the
what
last.
happened in New York City
days.
at that gay bar, and what was that?
We are living in the last days.
When they all got
They're
arrested.
doing the same thing to JoJo that they did to Miley Cyrus. Yeah. And look at Britney Spears. She don't even have a mind left. That girl is so twisted and demented.
And that's another one you blame.
They program her to be sexual.
JoJo Sidewall and
Seawall.
all of them. It's their parents. Blame the parents.
Do we know if she's pregnant?
Who?
Taylor Swift. Once they sign, they can't get out. They go and do things that's horrific to children and animals, and they film it. A lot of celebrities have told it.
All right.
They film it and they can't get out of it.
Let's change the subject here, but I want to really ask you, Daisy. I need some medical advice.
What?
I
Madonna's
got burnt
horrible.
so bad that my gold chain burnt into my neck. And I got a big, like,
you better go to the doctor and get you some of that cream to put on it.
Silverdene?
Silverdene cream, yeah.
Yeah. See, I threw mine away after the mice got in the bag when I still had mice. And I'm pissed. But my face, I was putting aloe on it. Now it's flaking off. Like if anybody needs anything sandpapered, my face could do it for you. What can I do?
Hey ladies, so I'm gonna drop down. I love you all.
I love
It was,
you.
For the doctor.
nice talking
Love
to
you,
y'all.
Diamonds.
I love you, Diamonds.
Sorry, I got all
Love you.
right up here.
No, you're
Diamonds.
good. You're
I
good.
love
You're
you.
good.
That was my
I love
fault.
you. I love you
so
too.
No,
It's all good. I'll be in chat, okay? Get that
Okay.
looked at,
Okay, baby.
Marita.
Love you, Diamonds.
Yeah, I think
I
I
do
Love
better
you
better
too.
in
call
chat
the
too.
doctor.
Then I don't get in trouble.
What else could I put on my face? Because the aloe seems to be drying everything up.
For what?
I got some.
What do you
You
have?
need to go get some Silverdene cream.
To the
Would you
sunblock.
please
You
repeat
might
what
have
you
some
have?
poisoning.
What?
You
Would
might have
repeat
some
what you please
poisoning.
have it? I'll
I
probably tell
did
you.
You
have
might
some
need to go to the ER.
It's so dry now. What do you recommend?
Your face is flaking.
Yeah, I mean it's peeling
Is
off.
it under your eyes or near your cheeks?
My eyes were swollen shut. They're finally
Is
open up
is it
now.
above your eyes where your eyebrows are?
It's all the way. It's all the way up
Is
to
it
my
is
Do
it
you
forehead.
at
get
your
Silverdene
is it
cream?
at your Is it at your hairline doing that also?
Yes.
Okay.
See?
You have eczema?
No, I had sun poisoning.
You have what?
I have sun poisoning.
Oh,
Oh,
Lord,
hell.
Marita.
Do you see it, Daisy?
Marita, all right, best thing for that is
You need to go to the ER and let them
when
put
you
some
go to
medicine on
sleep.
that.
No,
See how
honey,
small my
And
eyes?
if you
I've
got
had
some
it.
They're
poison
I've
too.
had it.
80% better than they were 2 days ago.
You had blisters, didn't you? Water-filled blisters.
No, they're actually, when it flakes off, there's like big red sores under there.
Okay. I'll
And
tell you what to do
I'm gonna
before
show
you
you
go to
my
sleep.
neck.
When you go to
I'm
sleep.
Oh, it's so hot in here. It's hot.
It's hot, yeah, it's 90.
Where in the world were you to get all that?
I was on vacation in
Well,
Wildwood.
didn't you put a hat on your head, sister?
I had a hat on. I had sunblock on. I ended up with a windbreaker on because it was so windy. And I don't know.
Oh, you have wind chill.
Oh,
You
wow.
don't even have the sun thing. You've
I'll
got
have to
wind
go
chill.
look that up.
No, I had sunburn. I put the windbreaker
Okay,
on.
let me tell you what to do, please.
Years
Do you have
ago.
a jar of Vaseline?
I have some vitamin something.
No, I'm asking if you
It's
have
No, I
some
don't have any
Vaseline.
Vaseline.
You don't have any Vaseline that
It's
can penetrate
roasting.
through the epidermis to the dermis. No,
No.
Vaseline.
No.
Well, what do you have that's close to that?
Did you go to the ER, Marita?
No, I didn't go.
You don't have a
You
fever?
kind of put
Are you
the
having
aloe
a fever?
from the refrigerator. I keep it in the fridge and I take it out and
Right, alien.
my
Marita.
chest is so.
Marita, I got a question.
No, I don't think Vaseline would help.
There's
Marita,
my
I think you need to go to the hospital and get some Silvadine.
You have second
Go
degree
to an
burns.
after-hour clinic. They'll give you Silvadine.
You
my
have
family doctor would call some in for me.
you
might
have,
ought to call them and see.
second degree burns on your
You could
nipple
have
chest.
some
This
really
is the
bad
second
burns.
degree burn where
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
you
second
probably
degree.
need to go or
my
call your
cross.
doctor.
I didn't take my cross
What about
off,
have you?
and I should have, but I was afraid I'd lose it on the beach. I had to.
Yeah, I'm glad you got to
I
go.
gave mine away. The other day.
And it burnt
I
right
didn't-
into
Y'all,
my
I'm
neck.
going to change the name on this live stream. I've already changed it, but I want to change the thumbnail because it went sideways.
I'm sorry.
I am so sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just like
No,
when
it's okay. It's just I'm worried about
Marita,
it.
we
I look
can't
like
help it.
made it. Thanks, Simon. That's what I
Especially
feel
slow.
like.
Things are not. We
We
really shouldn't
understand
bring
you're a
that stuff up.
goofball.
I
Just
do
like
want
I'm
to
a
bring
goofball.
awareness to what's going on in our country. I feel strongly about it, and it's
Trump is
And
really
it is your
starting
with
pig. You
Wisconsin
should.
right
I should
now.
not. But sometimes I just want to stick up for my. I guess I want to say my people, but I am not a Democrat. I love this country.
no.
I love
She's
God.
not hardcore.
I
She's
love
not
We
hardcore.
know that, Marita.
And
We know that.
I love everything. I love people.
I know you do, and you're not like a lot of people that's for a lot of crazy
I
stuff.
am a conservative Democrat.
But
Because
I
I
think we all
also
can
believe
agree
I
that
am
Biden
very
is
pro-life for
but it's not
myself.
Biden; it's the people behind Biden.
You're a very fortunate person, Marita, because Daisy didn't kick you.
Auntie, I didn't kick you. I just put you down so I could talk. I can't talk about everybody. It makes it hard for me to talk.
Pick on me because you know I'll just bounce back.
Holly, you're born. Yeah, that's what my
If you
ex-husband.
pick on Marita, she might not ever come back, but I'll keep coming back.
Marita knows me and her. We
can go
argue-
at it.
We
I
go
love
at
it.
it, but
And I love the
not
chat.
in a bad way.
And if I yelled at anybody in the
disagree
chat
to
for
agree
saying
about-
things
As far as I
about
know,
me,
Daisy.
Me and
forgive
Marita,
me,
we agree
please.
on a lot of things, but we also disagree on things too.
As far as I know,
And
about Daisy.
what we agree on is the most important. That
Right.
we believe
Yes,
God.
religion,
And
And also,
children.
I'm a little
God
stressed out today too because
is the
of
final entity.
my child is out of town and she's going on a scary trip, and it's where I'm worried, and it makes me even more on edge. I worry about my kid when they're out on the roads and traveling and stuff. So I think that's why Oh
Yeah,
much.
Miss
I
Daisy.
would
What
just
am
see.
I
I don't have
watching? So
kids,
this is
so
the
I don't
Daisy
know
Miss
that
Daisy.
where that you
recommended.
parents all
Hey,
live in.
Grit, how are you?
But
I
having so
already.
many
Always
different
just
nieces and
crazy.
Did
Sometimes
nephews,
you
it
hear
is.
I
Marita
feel like
say
have like sort
something?
of
We
a.
get a little crazy over here,
I should get
Grits.
a chance to say something.
Go ahead, Auntie
Really,
Sherry. Go ahead.
really. I'm glad God didn't give me any children.
We
You know why?
discuss everything here,
I
Grits.
would have made them neurotic.
I
We
would have too.
here.
I always
I would
say
have
I'm
made them
glad I didn't
neurotic.
have
I've
kids.
been on their tails all the time, following them around, see if they got to their party or the whatever.
Hey,
Probably sit up there all
Pearline.
night.
We
I don't.
started out talking about Sebastian, and it kind of went left, right, left, right, left.
I'm too selfish. Thank God I didn't have any.
You what?
I'm
That's
too
what I say
selfish to
too.
have children.
No, I didn't have children
I mean,
either,
and
but
that's
you know
fair.
what?
That's
But
fair. Rita.
if I did, I would have made them
That is
totally
fair.
neurotic.
Yeah.
Helicopter mom doesn't even describe it. I was
Now my
helicopter
mom
mom
wasn't
in
a
school.
helicopter mom, but I saw what it did to her. Like she was always
Man,
worried about us.
I wouldn't let my kids get out
And
of my
I always
sight.
felt bad for her and my
If
dad.
they went to
No wonder
PE,
my
I went
dad
with them.
dropped dead so early in
They
life.
went to art, I
He
went with
wanted to
them.
get away from worrying
The
about
border
us.
definitely needs to be closed because the men coming across, they are not bringing families. They are being planted here. I agree on that, B. Franks. I agree. It's untelling what's in our country right now.
They're
And
already
not
here.
only the babies, my concern are those babies coming across the border. That's what scares me, is that they're taking those babies and what they're doing to them. Yeah, they are planting things in America. More and more violent crimes are happening to people.
They
Look at
call
the splash
themselves,
pad. Look what happened at the splash pad. Or was it Detroit?
One
I
of those
mean,
cities.
it's
yeah,
getting worse. They
It
need to
was in the
close our border.
Midwest somewhere.
we
Our
need
borders need to be
stricter gun
closed.
controls. You shouldn't be able to get a gun until you're 30 years
I
old.
feel
And
like
you
I'm
need to
watching
take
my grandmother and I'm here
AKR-15s
for
and
it,
all
ladies.
All right,
assault
I'm
rifles.
going to go call my family doctor. I'll let
Nobody
you know,
needs assault
Daisy, when you get.
rifles
Okay,
except
let
the
us know, and I hope
military
you
and the
feel better,
police.
Yeah,
Marita. I
and
love
listen,
you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. Just
I'm
I wanted
sorry
to get.
too.
I wanted to
Nobody
get
needs
the
I'm
other
assault
just
point
under a
rifles
lot
across.
of stress right now
except
because
police
of
So
everything.
go
and the
take some blood
military.
pressure medication. That's what I'm going to do.
I need
Those are
to.
only designed for one
That's what
thing.
I'm going to do.
I love you,
Carrie, I'll
Marita.
talk to you later. Chat, I'm
Okay,
sorry for being an asshole.
I love you,
you're
Marita, if you
I
fine.
are
love
an
you
asshole.
too.
Peace, love,
I
and
love
Bobby
you, chat.
Sherman.
And
Nice to
you
meet you,
guys
Marita. I'm an
are
asshole
always
too.
the best. And peace, love, and Bobby Sherman. And go
Bobby
eat a
Sherman.
devil dog.
Oh, don't start
There
with
we
the Bobby
go.
Sherman
All
stuff.
right. I love you,
Love
Daisy.
you. I love you too, Marita.
I love you,
Oh,
Marita.
honey. But yeah, let's see. Oh, thank you, Grits. Thank you for becoming a member of the Critters Crime Crazy family. Woohoo! Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Crime
Listen,
crazy
Daisy, the splash
critters
pad
on the
shouldn't happen in Utah.
farm.
I seen it. I did. I
We
seen it.
love chasing cases.
Bye, Marita.
Do no
It's everywhere
harm.
from England. It's the same. I
We're
think
sorry
it's
for
going to
your
be a
loss.
purge. That I
And
worry
Miss
about that.
Daisy
Y'all,
is
they
the
did not
boss.
make that movie for no reason.
'Cause we're crime
They did not make
crazy
that purge movie for
critters
no reason.
on
Do you,
the
if you
farm.
think that these crazy rich elites that hurts children wouldn't want to do a purge, that's part of their freaking demonic, devilish ways. That's
You
what
know what
they
I
do.
say?
If you've
Miss
ever
Daisy,
watched
I
the
believe,
movie Hostel, that movie will scare you because you know that
Miss
that had to
Daisy,
come from something that
I
really
believe they
happened.
should all be
I
castrated.
couldn't finish watching it.
Castration will solve everything. As a matter of fact,
I don't think
one
castration can't get
state,
them demons
one
out,
state,
Auntie
one
Sherry.
state, one state in the superior.
Look at the Madeline Soto case. Look what that monster
But
did to
if he
her.
hadn't had the desire, he wouldn't have done it.
Mm,
They don't have anything.
I don't know, but I think they should do a public
Don't you know what a
castration
eunuch
on
is?
him. But
They
he's
need to
up
be
for the death
eunuchs.
penalty.
I believe in
Oh,
castration.
thank you, Creative Spirit. Woohoo! 15 months.
They will never have the desire to
Woohoo!
do
I agree with
anything.
you, Daisy, 100%. Thank you, Creative Spirit. Thank you for being a member for 15 months. Woohoo!
You
Thank
know, I told that to a
you.
victim of
Hostel
SA,
is scary. That
and you
came
know
from
what she said?
somewhere.
She said, They need to cut off their
I
hands
love
too.
critters and farm animals. I got plenty of it, Grits.
Cut off their hands
Daisy,
too.
talk to you later. Getting ready to go to dinner. Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Today is Frankie's birthday.
Shall we sing?
Yes, we need to sing. Today is Frankie's birthday.
Happy birthday, Frankie!
Happy birthday, Frankie. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
Frankie.
Frankie.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to you.
to
And many more.
Oh yeah. And
Happy
what does
birthday,
that mean you're getting ready to host a
Frankie!
dinner?
We
What's
love
that
you,
mean?
Frankie!
Frankie,
Happy
what's before you go?
birthday!
Frankie, what's that mean you ready to host a
It's her
dinner?
birthday. She can cry if she wants to. Cry if she
Cry if
wants
she
to.
wants to.
Cry if she wants to. You
You
would
would cry
if
too
you
if
knew
it
what I
happened to
knew.
you.
Happy birthday, Frankie. I hope you have an enjoyable dinner. We got to
I still
argue
want to know what
all
ready
about
to
Frankie's
host a
birthday.
dinner means. Ready to hold a dinner? Are you going to dinner
I
acting
sung
like
to her
I'm at
last
home?
night, but we need to sing to her around here too.
Is this a whole dinner or what? What are you,
Happy
hoedown? Are you going to a hoedown?
birthday! See, Frankie lives near the Mardi Gras, so she party hardied already. Go to
Bourbon Street.
dinner sounds like something Jinkies would do. Yes, Jinkies. Jinkies got out of here when we started talking about politics. She has nothing to do with it. She hates politics. If you were fleeing war, you would bring your family. When you go to war, you would go alone. I would bring my family.
No.
Just lit a cigarette. It's like looking at my name.
No.
Auntie
No.
Sherry lights more than just cigarettes. Grits.
I've got a new aquarium. Want to hear it?
Auntie Sherry's got an aquarium. No, Auntie Sherry. Auntie Sherry's got a more than
That was Lola's
cigarette.
little treat. I was giving it to her.
Grits. She smokes more than cigarettes. Daisy have a podcast talking about the effed up this world is. This world is up crazy right now, and it scares the far out of me. That's why I get so emotional. All men you fighting age, I reckon they're unsoldiers. I heard it, Sherry, already. I know,
Ha
Auntie
ha
Sherry.
ha! My fish were hungry. I had to feed them. Sorry, guys.
But the problem is y'all, I saw a
But you
prophet
know what?
about Trump, and I believe in
Someday,
my heart. It actually made me nauseous.
if they enact the
Yes, Auntie
draft,
Sherry is the wildest woman on YouTube. She still
yes.
holds the title.
Okay, Miss Ann. Miss
She
Ann. Hold
still
on.
holds the
Miss
title as
Daisy.
the wildest woman on YouTube.
Miss Daisy.
You're welcome,
Do,
Frankie. Huh?
if they do enact the draft, I would like for
We
you to
we wish
let
you
me
a
do a
blessed
live on the draft because I grew up in the
birthday,
60s and
Frankie.
70s, and I got to see many young men that were a year ahead of me in
Sherry is a
school,
hot
and
mess, y'all.
they were shipped off to Vietnam, and I
I
went to
just
the
hope that it
Vietnam
doesn't result
War
into
Memorial,
young 18
and
year
I
olds
just
going
told her
and
I
getting
don't want to
drafted.
see that happen again. I just don't want to
I don't
see
want to see my bub go
any
inside
president
a
send
useless war.
anybody, anywhere. You've got Bub. I
Poor
mean,
Christine, she's got
Tajiki's
two
got
children in
Logan.
two different countries fighting
I know she
for our
does.
country right now. Two
Yeah.
children. And I
And then
could not
there's
handle
Dom.
that.
Then there's Dom, who's already been and come back. I'm sure
Nanny
she'll be
Sherry.
redeployed. I mean, there are a
What?
lot of people.
What is it, Auntie?
I've got a lot of people that have young men between ages of 18 and 25
I
that
know.
are, and I just really don't want to see this happen again because I already lived through it
I
once.
don't either. But look what happened to Dom DeFur. Like
I'll
she
come
got
up and tell
directed and
you
she got to
one
come
day.
back. She's back now. I hope they don't send her back. But who
They
knows?
will. They will redeploy her.
And it's scary. And I
Yeah.
feel like this election is going to be what happens to America. It's going to
You
be
know
the
what, Miss
sequel
Daisy,
of what
though?
happens to our country.
His, history proves this. I did go back and look. Every time we have a
No
major
years here.
war,
Love y'all. We love you
a,
too, Frankie.
a major war like World War II,
I hate
then
this
we have a
way you brought
boom.
this up.
We
I'm
have a
not upset.
boom. We have an economic boom right after the
Hey
war.
Lee, how are you?
And I'm just going by
We
history and
actually were
facts.
supposed to talk about Sebastian Rogers, but it actually went down a different road. So
Well,
I'm
we
going
can
to take
talk
the
about
thumbnail
Sebastian.
down.
I'll
And
talk.
when
I'll
I
talk
in
about
this time, I'll
Sebastian. You
take
don't
the
have to change
thumbnail
it.
down.
I'll talk about Sebastian. You don't have to change it. I'll tell you
Huh?
my theory. I'll tell you my theory about Sebastian. You don't have to change your thumbnail.
War is just depopulation. Probably, Dawn. They're trying to get rid of us any way they can. These people that run our country is not out for America. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to go against any party. I'm just saying that there is nothing but pure evil in our
Miss
government.
Daisy, the money that has been contributed to other countries uh, during this past year,
It's so scary, y'all. Our
it
children,
is.
loved
It would
ones
be
know
enough.
what
It
they
would
sign
be
up
enough to
for.
give
Protect
everybody
our country and
in
our
the
leaders.
United States
But it's
about a
not right to
thousand
start a
dollars.
war because our president wants to stay in
Do you hear
office.
me? We all could have
Exactly.
gotten $1,000 if we didn't send it for everything. And we are paying off allies too, by the way, under
Our
this new.
money, our money is flooding other countries, and we have people in America on the streets starving, homeless because they can't even afford to buy a home or live in a home. They're living in freaking cars and vans and everything else
I know, Miss
because we
Day,
can't afford to live. Yet
it
our tax
devastates me.
dollars are going to other countries and
It
being
devastates me.
wasted.
Miss Daisy, I
We
just
need to
told you that
save this
everybody in
country
the
and not
United
leave it in the
States
hands
could
of
get
politicians.
over $1,000 if
We
we
need to be
didn't have to
talking
send
about this.
send
Pray. So
any.
many out there don't have a clue. We need a strong leader. Jesus' name we pray. Yes, we do. We do. And I don't like talking about politics, but it's all this year is it's really concerning me, you guys. In my opinion, war is government trying to control each other and use these citizens to fight for them. Back in the day, people in power served alongside of citizens. I'm voting for a felon. Even got my t-shirt just saying, me too. But like I was saying earlier when I first started this live, y'all, I saw prophecy where a person whose prophecies has come true before, a lady, that Trump would not be with us, that he would be unalived. And I actually got sick to my stomach because I felt like that I feel like that's going to happen. I'm praying that I'm wrong. So I feel like that we need to pray, to stand together and pray for him. You know? Thank you, Diamonds. Because I feel like that our country is at stake. And in that prophecy, she said Obama was behind everything in that prophecy. She said that. And so, and I believe it 100% that he's the puppet master. I don't believe that Biden is behind any of it. I don't even think he knows what world he's in right now. I think that the Hollywood elite politicians, elites, Satanistic devil worshippers are behind every bit of it. Yep. Yep, EMT. This time is the perfect time to talk about politics. It's coming up fast. We need to get the facts out there. We need to stand strong, president and administration under God. We need to get together and pray for Trump. We need to pray for his safety, you guys, because they are trying to put him in jail and take the Secret Service away from him. And you know what's going to happen then. When they take the Secret Service out of jail, they're going to have somebody go in there and take him out. That's my opinion. No, but those darn D's are running scared and will probably do anything to stay in control. They will. They did it last time, you all. They did it last time. Obama told Iran he is a Muslim, but has played Christian here. Obama, Obama to me is an entity. I don't even think he's a human. I think he's a demonic entity. Many people have witnessed his eyes before, and I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but I think he is an evil, evil, evil antichrist person. I think he's a part of the antichrist. I don't think Biden is capable to run the world. He's just a puppet. But he's a puppet for America. I think he's behind a lot of what's going on in America. And the Clintons. The Clintons are evil. How could anybody stand for the Clintons after everything they have done? They deleted my comments, so I know they're watching us. Who deleted your comments? You know Clinton should be a felon, as a whole lot of others that were president, and Biden should be charged with his BS as well. Yeah, yes. I pray every day for Trump. I feel like prayers is what kept Trump strong. This man has been through hell. Just saying, he's weak, y'all. I can see his weakness. They're tearing him down. They are tearing him down slowly but surely. People can't deny it was better with Trump, like him or not. Right. We don't need to idolize him. We need to look for God to God. But through God, Trump could stand firm for our country. That's why Obama made sure to send them that money under radar in the dead of night. He said it was their money. Exactly. I'm telling you, Obama's behind a lot of this. How many of you seen the rockets was being sent to Israel? How ones that got through was stopped in the sky over Jerusalem. That was God who stopped them. He showed us in the world he is with us. Yes, I think so too, y'all. And I can't be silent about it anymore. I can't. I've tried not to talk about politics, but it's starting to get to me. I watched his movie in 2016, Obama America. We were warned he was going to destroy our country and make it his and the immigrants. Exactly. And y'all, and I hate to say it, but Oprah Winfrey is behind a lot of this stuff, in my opinion. Oprah, remember they backed him. Oprah, I believe, is a part of the Antichrist as well. We know that she hangs out with a lot of pedophiles. She was on Epstein's list. Oprah is not the person she used to be. She used to be a God fearing person, but richness and money has got to her and entitlement, and she is not a good person. I don't watch Oprah. I don't support Oprah. I do not have respect for her at all. She looks at herself as her own idol and her own God. During Trump's presidency, we could finally afford the gas and food, and the shooting stopped, and America was getting healed. Right. Our country needs to heal. That's perfectly said. I agree with that, Daisy, about Oprah. Yeah, she is evil, you all. The military was taken care of as well as under Trump. Yes, they could care less about our troops. Look what they did after the January 6th thing with the troops. Look what they did. Oprah is big in the eye. Oh yeah. She's one of the Freemasons as well. I'm sorry, but those high ranking Masons are all in Hollywood and they reach political. These suckers don't care. They're out for money. They will absolutely do anything for prestige and money. That means sell their souls. And when I say sell their souls, they are made to do horrific things, not with each other, not with just themselves, but with animals and children and babies. And y'all can sit there and say, oh, Daisy fell in that rabbit hole. She's lost her mind, blah, 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 blah. But why are there more and more celebrities coming forward every single day and exposing this stuff? This is the year of exposure. Let's face it, most of these people they voted Biden was basic because they wanted the free money he was offering. Now look at us. Exactly. But the problem is, Diamonds, I don't believe that people voted Biden in. I believe that the whole thing was rigged. Trump was blowing them away up until 3 o'clock that morning, and thousands of votes turned at 3 o'clock. I was up. I was up that morning. I seen it switch. So it's ridiculous how expensive everything is. I feel so bad for the elderly that live on a fixed income. I promise, if Trump doesn't get it for president, the life we've known is gone. Exactly. Exactly. That's why we need to turn to God and pray to God that He saves our country. Hang on just a second, y'all. Okay, guys, I'm sorry about this. I'm gonna have to. Yes, it was rigged. It was definitely rigged. And y'all, I don't like to talk politics on here. I was actually going to talk about Sebastian Rogers, but I live an hour from Atlanta, and I cannot stand the DA Willis. I mean, now they're like Diamond said, they're going to start pressing charges against people that rigged the election. They know they can't rig the election this year, so I feel like they're going to put Trump in jail, take his Secret Service from him, and have him unalived. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. Now, I could be wrong. I pray not, but I fear for his life. Now, Daisy, they are trying to say even animals are. That's what the rainbow is saying. Don't worry, Daisy. He will win. I don't know, guys. It was rigged, Miss Daisy. I'm saying the ones that did actually vote love that assistant. If you can't work, go work. Exactly. I don't see how people make it, y'all. It's everything we can just to survive. It's awful. Georgia is so corrupt. It's unreal, but it's not just Georgia. I mean, there's other countries. A lot of people talk about California, but there are so many people in California that are Christians and are Republicans. It's not a lot of California. It's a little parts, a certain areas of California that's bad. There's very, very good people that live in the state of California and in New York. Oh, thank you, Auntie Sherry. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the $19 super chat. Woohoo. Thank you, thank you. God bless you for supporting my channel, Auntie Sherry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God is in control. We just got to get out there and go vote for Trump. Well, if they try to do the election right and if they don't take him out, that's my fear. I'm from UK and even thought the election was rigged. Thank you. Look here, we got Mega in the house. Daisy, you got to stop bashing my Democrat friend Oprah Winfrey. Now listen here, Mega. Oprah is not who you think she is. Go do some research on her there, bub. Mega. If Trump doesn't win, then we will be in civil war. The Democrats don't care. They don't care about our country, you guys. They do not care about us. They seek to destroy us. They don't care. I don't see how people cannot see that they are seeking to destroy our country. Miss Stacy, there's been Democrats on the news saying that they're voting for Trump. They know what's up. Exactly. If people would repent, he will hear our land. It's not going to happen. It's actually mocking God. Yes, we need to fall on our feet and humble ourselves, gather together as a country, repent and seek God, and He will save our country. Because what's to come is going to be far, far worse if He doesn't, if we don't. I can't believe that Mega supports one of the biggest Obama supporters of all time, and that is Oprah Winfrey. Mega, I'm disappointed in you. No one is here to save anyone. The Lord is to save us all. Trump has talked about walking away from the UN and other organizations. They twist it by saying he wants to be a dictator. That's a lie. He wants to save America from overthrow. Exactly. And we eventually are going to have no rights whatsoever, you all. We are not going to even have a voice. We barely have a voice now, especially Christians. Christians don't have a voice. If we try to speak out on what we believe in, we are automatically shut down and called hypocrites and all kinds of stuff. We don't have a voice. Everybody else with any other religion has voices. They're allowed to express their religion. We are silenced. I'm behind, but preach it, Daisy. It's easy for those that don't have children and grandchildren to have a different opinion. Thank you, Tree Tree. Ronald's kidding. Diamond's Creations. Oprah wasn't always bad. No, Oprah wasn't always bad, but her billions, hey, Miss Piggy, has got to her. Oprah isn't giving away any more free cars. No. Well, y'all seen the scandal that was raised about her in her girls' school in Africa. There was alleged rumors of human trafficking. You all, if you don't believe me, go look it up. She was on Epstein's list. You all, I'm just saying, she's pushed her agenda and used her billions of dollars to sway and get Obama as president. Just saying. Trump, they're not after me, they're after you. And I just happen to be in the way. Trump 2024. Yep, they're after us. It's in the Bible. Foreigners will encase your land, take your homes and your money. They're doing it now. Freedom isn't free. We have to fight for our children and grandchildren and for all Americans. Yep. And the way we do it is praying on our knees, praying, because only God can save our country at this point. Only God. We need to turn from our ways, teach our children better. If we have to homeschool our children to keep them from being brainwashed in our schools, we will. Not unfortunate, but fortunately, I came from a small town who was Christian based, and my children were taught Christian values in their schools, including Bub. But since Bub has moved down here, he can't even find a decent girlfriend to date because they're all so confused because they've been so brainwashed and they're just horrible. Every girl the poor boy dates, and I'm like, these girls are nothing like the little girls from Harlan, Kentucky. They're wild little things over here. More and more people are starting to grow their own food. More and more people are starting to homeschool their children. And I suggest that we do it. All of us do it. We poison from every direction. Air, water, calcifies the pineal gland. That keeps people in a sort of submissive state. Yeah, yeah. But people are saying, oh, we're in the rabbit hole. We're all in the rabbit hole. Well, guess what? The rabbit hole's becoming our reality right now. And people just wants to live in their own little worlds until they can't live anymore. Until they have to face the fact that our country is falling and falling quickly. And I believe that there is a majority of Americans that are true God-fearing people and that love America and doesn't want to see our country go down like Sodom and Gomorrah. And basically, that's what's going to happen. We, the citizens, need to take control back from these civil servants. If we don't unite, America is doomed. Our children is doomed. This is why I love Daisy and the Farm family. Oh, thank you. Mega said, did anyone see the amazing Trump interview with Dr. Phil? I did not see it, Mega. I didn't. Parents spend more time on their phones than they do with their children. Children are raising themselves. It's sad. Exactly. And you know what? Women, instead of staying home with their children and working, and I'm one of them, you guys, I am. I didn't want my children to do without, so I went to work, and I regret that because we are busting our tails off to go buy $5 freaking coffee, $7 coffees now, and spending money on unnecessary things and not spending time home with our children and losing precious time with our children by being out here working so we can go out and afford a $7 freaking coffee or a 20 or a $200 purse or whatever. I believe that we should work to keep our children up, but just to be out there to think we're better than everybody else. It's more important for our children to have us at home and taking care of us the way we should be took care of and not left in a daycare and not left all day long. If you have to work, you have to work. But if it means working and staying home with your children versus having a brand new car, staying home with your children is more important than having a brand new car. I'm sorry. I worked as a nurse for years and drove a van, an old van, and I'd give anything if I had that van back right now because that sucker would go, 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 go. I didn't have to put a dime in that thing, it would keep going. And all the rest of the nurses that I worked with had freaking cars with heated seats, and they could push their keys out the window and start their cars up and have it warm by the time they got out. But guess what? Daisy didn't go 4, 5, 6, $700 in debt a month. She drove the ghetto van and was just happy doing it. Because I made that mistake when I first became a nurse and bought me a brand new Nissan Titan. I paid $700 a month and over 40,000 grand for that truck. And I said to myself, I would never do that again. Expensive cars and trucks and everything else, and expensive purses and clothes is not more important than your children's values and growing up at home with a mother and being outside playing instead of being on. I wish to God I never gave my children a cell phone when they were teenagers. Miss Daisy, you had a hippie van. I'd give anything if I had that hippie van back. Anything. That was the best van I'd ever had, and it sold fast too. And you could actually live in that thing because, see, I traveled. When I nursed, I traveled. I would travel like 2 hours, so I could just stop on the side of the road when I got tired and slept. And it was so comfortable. I'd give anything if I had that again. But I'm just saying, if I had to do it all over again, I would have stayed home, took care of my kids, and not nursed. I loved being a nurse, don't get me wrong, but I broke my back down. I broke my body down doing it. I missed out on a lot of my children's young time. Yeah, I gave them the best of everything. I gave them stuff that I never had, but it wasn't the most important stuff, which is love, being at home, learning how to cook, learning how to garden, learning how to live life without stuff, learning to love what God has gave us and not what we acquire from the world. The gas prices would be expensive for that van now. I know. But guess what? She's got a little Fiat 500. That little sucker looks like an egg. And by goodness, it saved me so much money in gas. You don't even know how much money we've saved driving that little egg around. If anybody's not familiar with them, they're very, very small, smart cars. And we own ours. We've had ours paid off for years. And so we drive it. We couldn't make it if we had a payment like that, had a big car payment. I can barely pay my bills now. I hate to see what's going to be like another Biden term. Me too. Nursing and teaching are two different, very demanding jobs. You answer thousands of questions a day and keep them comfortable. I raised my two girls. I was full-time mother. I sure don't regret it either. We had it all, love and family. Not not wants but needs. Exactly. Exactly, you all. Debbie, I'd say it's crazy out where you are prices, but I would love to visit there. The most important thing you can teach your children is not to be a Democrat and to always trust God. You just missed the big showdown between me and Marita about all that stuff. We had a showdown, me and Marita did. Monetary money system was invented just literally a piece of paper. Exactly. My daughter is blessed to have me watch my grandson while she works. Yeah. See what I'm saying? My mom and dad watched my kids a lot for me while I worked as well. But I still missed out on a lot of time with them that I could have been teaching them how to cook, how to garden, how to do things that I learned from my grandmother. I think you can work and still spend quality time with your children. My husband and I played tag for years. He got home and then I went to work. So one of us were home with the children. And see, that's a good thing too. And I think that if a man is going to stay home, that they should do the woman's stuff. And I think I'm okay. I had a friend that's husband stayed home while she worked as a nurse, and she would always get made fun of by another nurse. She would always make fun of her, and she would tell her to shut up. But when she got home, her house was clean. She had things cooked. He basically did the job of a wife. And I think that if you're okay with that, then it's okay to do. If you're okay with a husband staying home and you working, as long as he does his part at home, I think there's no problem with that at all. Whatever makes you happy, because at the end of the life and at the end of the day, it's about being happy. It's not about pleasing other people. It's about generally being a happy person, finding happiness in life. My happiness is up there in my camp with my critters. Miss Daisy and Farm Family, I just love y'all. I love you too. I busted my kids and grandkids out this weekend. We aren't rocking the Rockefeller, so. Hey, WR, how are you? Yes, Miss Daisy, my husband make most meals here now. He's retired. Exactly. And I think that's okay. Whatever makes you happy, whatever gives you pleasure, stop trying to please the world. I tried to please the world for many years and I was miserable. When I started trying to please myself and make myself happy, if I want to walk outside in my moo barefooted and that makes me happy, I'm going to do it. Whatever I want to do. If I want to lay down in the grass by my cows, that makes me happy, I'm going to do it. I don't care what nobody thinks. It takes two incomes now, hell, three or four just to survive. You're right. Doing good today, Miss Daisy. I'm glad. My husband does the cookings. I have not eaten over 2 weeks now. My body is letting me know. Girl, you better go eat. Research tartarera. It'll blow your mind. Okay. Okay. My dad did everything to help my mom. That fulfilled her. Mopping, bathroom duty, vacuum, dusting, cooking. He was a great husband and father. See? That's awesome. Tarek T.J. Johnson talks about what really happens that day in the Capitol. He's the officer. Wow. I've just been outside in my moo. Listen, I stay outside in my moo, y'all. But today it's hot, so I decided to go on a rant and rave on you today. I really need to get out and go up in my camps. I'll be in a better mood if I go up there, because come out I come out like a wildfire today, you guys. When I work in the school system, it seemed like all the kids that went to the daycare were horrible. The behavior were outrageous. Kids go to school and get abused. Some children don't even know anything about abuse until they go to school. And then they're exposed to other children Those children are probably being abused at home, and they go to school and they abuse other children. And it's not fair to force children to be in an abusive environment. I was in a very abusive environment when I was in school, especially when I moved to Kentucky. And back then, the teachers could get away with anything. So they were horrible. Like they were so verbally and emotionally and even physically abusive that it left a scar on me and many other children. I work full time and I care for both my sons since their dad was diagnosed with Parkinson's at 35. Oh no, and he is now in a home. I have to work because my boys depend on me since they can't work. And that's understandable, Grits. That is understandable. You do what you got to do to survive. My daddy had Parkinson's, so I know how bad it is. God bless you, Grits. And I pray for you. And don't you feel bad about having to take care of your children. You have to do what you got to do. But I'm saying if you have a sustainable income at home and you got another partner with you, now if you're the only one doing it, you can't. You got to be out here and you got to take care of your children. But we don't have to have the best of everything if we've got a partner at home that makes enough money to pay the bills. We don't necessarily have to. I grew up without nothing when basically with nothing from the age of 8 years old and up. And I wanted my children to have everything and anything that I did not have. So I overcompensated for that and spoiled them. And even though my children are all good kids, I wished I would have focused a lot more on other things that's important as well. And I don't know. I feel like I missed out on a lot of time with my kids because of it. And all parents feel guilty. All parents feel guilty for going out and working. It's just a part, especially if you're a mother. Mothers wear in many titles in life. When we lose them, we feel it in our souls. Yes, ma'am. Hey, Amy Lynn. But yeah, y'all, I'm just on a rant and rave today. Meanwhile, how many of y'all seen that big freaking mountain lion? It wasn't a mountain lion, but it's a big uh uh bobcat. It's like the biggest bobcat I've ever seen in my life. Yesterday day in my camp, y'all, in my camp area. And I don't know if it's the peanuts that's bringing them in. We've had a bear and a bobcat before back there, but nothing as big as this big daddy right here. Let me show y'all. Look how big he is. That looks like a freaking lion, y'all. I don't care what nobody says. That's the biggest bobcat I've ever seen in my life. I will always provide for my kids. Oh no, I don't want or need another man. My boys and our life is my priority and they have been for years. Yes. He's huge, ain't he? I put nothing but peanuts and bird seed up there. I don't put regular food up there, just bird seeds and food. I want the squirrels. That's what I want is the squirrels, and I'm getting fighting little raccoons, and that's a bobcat. And it was caught yesterday on my trail cam. I took the Sims card out of my video one, so I'm gonna make. He looks like a mountain lion, don't he? He's huge. I know that's what I told my husband, and my husband sent it to my neighbor. I don't have no small cats right now. I mean cats. I don't have no small calves, but my neighbor does. Miss Daisy, I'm still waiting on you to find Jinky's lost brother, Bigfoot. Well, I was hoping to catch one on those videos. I got video cameras up there, but I was going to download the Sims card so we didn't put it up and so we didn't catch it on video. But I'm going to make my husband put the Sims card back up there so we can get him on video. That's what I was thinking too, you soldier soul. I wonder if this Big Daddy wasn't up there the night Benny went crazy and busted through the back of the barn door. I wonder about that. Miss Daisy, is that a bobcat in your yard? Yes, that's a big bobcat. That is a big. I've never seen a bobcat that big. At first, I thought it was a mountain lion. They are taking all the land so they have nowhere to go. He's probably hungry. Well, I hope he don't come down here. I'm thinking he might have been the one that got one of my tomboys. Larry and Mo. I was one of them got unalive the other day, and I think it could have been him that got him. I don't know, but he's a big boy. Miss Stacy, have you heard from Gail and Yanni? Um, yeah, Gail has commented, and I talked to Yanni last night. I just saw a bobcat on a nature show. Diamond's creation, I have, and all I see is very handsome Ronald. Ronald. We were just talking about voting for you, Ronald. Hell, I'd vote for you over Biden right now. Just saying. I don't know, y'all. I'm just stressed out because I've been seeing more and more. It's just getting more and more frustrating. Hey, Zigzag. I mean, the prices on everything is going sky high through the roof. You can't afford to even get gasoline for your freaking lawnmowers, y'all. That's how bad it is. When you can't even afford to get gasoline for your lawnmowers. I'm telling you, Daisy, you get a great pair of knees, your farm family will be safe. Well, my neighbor's got a bunch of them, but I'd still be afraid with a bobcat this big with a great pair of knees. Do not feed any critters. I'm begging you, Miss Daisy. The only critters I put stuff out there for is the birds and peanuts for the um basically the birds, but the the coons get it. My other son and his wife are working with the children are old enough to watch themselves now, but like I said, it takes two to raise a family. That is true. But if you can afford it and you don't need all this other stuff, I say stay home with your family. Miss Daisy, can you do a live with your neighbor's horses soon? Well, my neighbor just has one horse, and he's really queer. He's got a bunch of animals, but he's really, really queer about everything. So I don't know if I could do a live, but I can bring you more clip videos of him. He's so cute. I have to ride on my side by side down there to get to see him, and I've been clipping him. I've been getting a lot of subscribers from my short videos, y'all. My channel is growing a lot from my videos. I have an American Masfit in my yard. Ain't nothing coming close to my house. Uh-oh. I'm not going to bar. I'm going in pool after this grandpapa soda. What? If Daisy has a calf, we're definitely going to have to watch out. Miss Daisy, do you have a video of the bobcat? No, I don't have a video. We took the Sims card out. I was actually going to download it on my computer. So I'm gonna let my husband take it back up or erase it so we can get him if he does come back. I haven't even checked on the Sims card. I need to go check and see. We may have actually got him on that video, but I have to be able to revert it into my computer. So that takes a lot. Birds to raccoons to bobcats. What's next? I have a wildlife certification. You're doing everything wrong. It won't be cute when you get attacked and never see it coming. Well, Auntie Sherry, they were back there before. That's the back of my woods. That's the wood area. They're gonna be back there. Yeah, he has big paws. Somebody said something about like having him like stuffed, and I'm like, no, I would not. He's probably a male. That's probably why he's so big. I would assume males are much bigger than um, females. That might be why he's such a big guy. I don't know, but he's a big daddy. So I don't know, y'all. Miss Daisy has 99 problems, but making Democrats cry ain't one. Ronald, okay. Listen, Ronald. Daisy done went off on Democrats up here a while ago. Where were you when Daisy was going off on them? Hey Tracy, how are you? I don't like to talk politics, but man, oh man, I am stressed out from all this stuff, y'all. Just saying. I guarantee those critters have been there all along. Oh yeah, before I even had a camp, we caught a bobcat back there and a bear and squirrels and raccoons and a skunk and birds and deer. I worry about the baby deer back there. That's mostly what I worry about because they come back there and have their babies. And now that this big bobcat's back there, it kind of concerns me about the fawns. That he will run all of the deer off back there. That might be why the deer is not staying back there, y'all, is because of him. Because I've not seen deer just a couple times back there. And well, we have a wild turkey that hangs out there. So yeah. This is at the back of my property, Auntie Sherry. This is in the woods in the back of my property. I have 9 acres of land, so this is at the very back of it. Yeah, we are worried. We've got an electrical fence up around our cows, but if we have a calf, a little calf, Darla's the littlest calf we have. And so I love you too. Thank you for the super chat, Auntie Sherry. Darla is our smallest calf, so um I'm not too worried about Darla. She's a big calf. Daisy's adopted Darla anyway. I think Daisy would fight something over Darla. So, did y'all see the video of Daisy, uh, Mommy and Darla? Hang on, I'll show you all the video. Daisy has adopted Darla. So, yeah, this is Daisy, Mommy, and Darla. Since we put extra feed in our feeders, a rat is coming around. I have trap set. Well, I got 2 cats. Bye, Auntie Sherry. Love you, Auntie Sherry. Miss Daisy, you were skipping over my comments on purpose. I didn't see your comments. What did you say? I promise I'm not skipping over them. Why am I? Just having a farm alone creates food. Yeah. What did Diamond say? Let me go back and look. What'd you say, Diamonds? Sherry, she knows. Are you? Oh, that comment? Are you talking about that comment? Diamonds? I don't know. But look how sweet. Look how pretty it is up there in the evening up on the hill, y'all. It's like being in heaven up there, y'all. It really is. Darla is an Angus calf that we got back in December. She took off. Okay, Diamonds, I will. She took off, and we spent 2 weeks searching for her when we first got her. And we finally got her back. We finally found her. She hooked up with other cows. But I had a feeling that Daisy would adopt her, and now she's drinking from Daisy. And Daisy's basically took her as her own calf. Hey, MC, how are you? Come on in. So she's adopted her. Darla's big enough now that the bobcat I don't think could bother. I think Daisy would probably stomple that bobcat if it tried to get Darla. She's a bigger calf and she runs like lightning. She's fast as lightning. My concern is if Daisy births a new baby. That's my concern, is if she births a baby. And we'll have to keep it up and keep cameras on it up there because of. Look at these two little devils fight, y'all. Look at these two little devils fight. Me and Bub was up there and they got into a huge fight. I didn't play it. I put other stuff to it, but you'll see them fight right here in a minute. That one start. See them? They're devils. They was up there fighting. And I just made a little meme like video from it. It's peaceful. Sorry about that, Myrtle Burke. I know you have different views too. Yeah, Big Mama wasn't going to share. She didn't want to share. So she whooped him, told him to go on. I'm about to call her Big Mama because she's big as could be. She's fat as a pig. She is so fat, y'all. If y'all only knew how fat she was. Hang on, I'll show you another video of her where she's fat. I'm calling her Big Mama because she is a big mama. Look at her. We are so close to her and she don't even care. She's like, I don't care what you say. I'm going to eat my peanuts and be happy. But look how fat she is. And she said, oh, boy, you ain't coming to eat my peanuts. And he's like, I ain't messing with this crazy girl. She's crazy. Look how fat she is. She don't even care either. No, you didn't run Marita out. Me and Marita's had spassles. Me and Marita spassle, but we make up. We just have different political views on things. We still love each other. We just have different political views. You love raccoons? They are cute, but they're mean little suckers. They are mean, 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 mean. She don't play, honey. The kids named her Peanut, but I call her Big Mama because look how fat she is. But listen, guys, I've been on here for almost 3 hours ranting and raving. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end the live. I'm going to change the thumbnail for sure because we didn't talk nothing. Hey, Yanni! We didn't talk nothing about Sebastian Rogers in this, just a very few. So I may come on a little bit later and watch and talk about Sebastian's case, y'all. Because this one, I don't even know what I'm going to title it, but I'm not going to title it after Sebastian for sure. But listen, y'all, I love y'all. Y'all stay prayed up. Y'all stay safe out here on these YouTube streets. Pray for our country. Pray for our country. Pray for our country. That's all I'm going to say. I love y'all. Miss Daisy, play the clip, please. Okay, let me see where that is. I'll play this clip right quick for Diamonds. Hang on. Tucker Carlson. Okay, let's play it. Before my computer's about to go dead. Let's see. We'll play this before Miss Diamonds want me to play it. Okay, this is Fox News, y'all. Tucker used to be on Fox and they took him out. So that's why I don't watch them anymore. They didn't like what he had to say. He's doing better on his own. He has his own freedom of speech now. Hang on, y'all. Here we go.
Spent 22 years as a Capitol police officer. On January 6th, he says he was in charge of securing the certification of the presidential election. So he was right in the middle of it. If anyone was, Tareq Johnson was. Here's more of our sit-down interview with him. Mr. Johnson, thank you for joining us.
And thank you for having me.
So from the outside, here's how it looked. We now know that huge parts of the federal government were aware that there was going to be something big happening at the Capitol on January 6th. They knew there were going to be big demonstrations there, and they prepared for that. But the Capitol Police, on which you served for 22 years, did not seem prepared at all. And of course, that would be the front line in preparedness. Was the Capitol Police prepared for that day?
The frontline officers and supervisors were not prepared for that at all.
When you say it all, so you had no idea it was coming?
We knew that there was going to be a demonstration that day, but we had no idea that we were going to be facing what we faced on that actual day.
So things start to fall apart. People stream in the building. You call upwards in the command chain, help me. You don't get a response. What do you do next?
So around 2 o'clock, it may have been a little bit after 2 o'clock, I hear a officer say that the Capitol was breached. So I ran inside of the building. I ran, to assist. I knew that that location of where
I do have to say it was stupid for people to break into the Capitol. If you do something like that, you're going to go to jail. That was not a smart thing for them to do at all, whoever did it.
first breach occurred was near where the members of Congress would be locked in. We initiated a lockdown, so that means the chamber doors on the Senate side and the House side were locked. So that means the members of Congress would be safe inside those locked rooms.
Yes.
So I ran over to the House side first to make sure that those doors were locked. Then I ran over to the Senate side to make sure those doors were locked. So I asked over the radio and I say something to the effect that we need direction. We have hundreds of people inside of the building. What do you want us to do? We need some direction. I heard no response. No response. So, at that particular time,
How could nobody respond?
nobody responded.
At some point, you put on a MAGA hat.
Yes. Now,
I think we have it. I think we have the actual MAGA
yes,
hat.
we actually do have the mega hack. I have it here in plastic. So here it is. Want to take it?
J6, it
Yes.
says.
Yeah, I labeled it J6.
So tell us why you put the hat on and how that was related to your suspension.
That's what got me national attention was the wearing of the mega hat. They were officers that we had a distress call that there were approximately 10 or 11 officers. I can't remember the exact number, were trapped at the top of the rotunda steps. So I enlisted the help of some CDU officers to help me go up the steps. And I kept yelling at all the way up the steps, giving people high fives, trying to make it up the steps to get to the guys. And as I was going down, there was a demonstrator on, I believe he was on my right side of me. So he reached over. I didn't know what he was doing. I didn't know if he was going to hit me. And he put the mega hat on my head. So as I was still trying to walk down the steps, then he asked for the hat back. And I said, well, I would like to keep it because the hat's going to help me.
Yeah, it's your passport through the crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
So the Capitol Police is by definition nonpartisan. It serves both parties in the Congress. It protects members of both parties.
100%.
And it has to be that way. In the wake of January 6th, you saw what looked like partisanship at the Capitol Police. Did you perceive that?
I'm still shocked because as a Capitol Police officer, we even had we had our chief of police at the time. His name was Stephen's son, and he called for all the officers who was at work that day. He called for everybody to come in, and we all went to Emancipation Hall in the CVC. And and this was during the Black Lives Matter demonstrations.
Yes.
And he told us that as Capitol Police officers, we need to stay neutral. We need to stay neutral, period. So we were like, okay, that's what we do. Because we protect Democrats, we protect, Republicans, we protect everybody. So we need to stay neutral. So then after January 6th, you had some police officers who wasn't neutral. It didn't seem neutral
At all.
Yeah, and that was an issue, yes.
So, I mean, that devalues the credibility of Capitol Police, doesn't it, if they're allowed to be partisan in public?
They're supposed to be neutral, period.
Since you were there on January 6th, what did you think of the job of the January 6th committee? Do you think that they were honest in the way they approached it? Do you think they got to the truth?
I prayed almost daily that they would get to me. I was never asked to testify. And if you listen to the radio,
You were never asked by the January 6th
I
committee?
was never asked by anybody connected to the January 6th committee to testify. I ask myself why every day. And every day I might have a different answer, but I looked at what pretty much they focused on Donald Trump and not the failures of the Capitol Police.
Why do you think they were there?
I think that some people there had planned on being violent. Some people may have turned violent after what they were going through. I think that people wanted to support their president. Some of those people wanted just to support him. And some of those people didn't commit violence, and some of those people didn't plan on it.
Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to catch our nightly opens. Stories that
I think it was a rigged up, set up thing to go against Trump. That's my opinion. Y'all can think what you want to think, but that was a setup, 100%. We've seen so much corruption that year. Not only were we losing our people to COVID by massive amount of people dying, killing ourselves working in healthcare. That year, I about died from COVID myself working in healthcare. But then we seen all this go down, and it's absolutely atrocious what these people did to the American people just so Trump would not win the election. It was absolutely atrocious. in my opinion. Not only what we had to suffer and go through, I literally seen coworkers pass away. Literally, the chief of staff of our hospital died because of that disease. And then this stuff happened. It was just total chaos, and still is. And then now we can't afford to even freaking live. So it's awful. I went seeing. I remember a day when I paid 50 cents for a 2 liter of pop. Now you're paying $3 for a 2 liter of pop. How? How in the world? We can't even afford to live, you guys. But anyway, y'all, I've ranted and raved enough. I love y'all. Y'all stay prayed up. I'll be back later on tonight. We'll talk about Sebastian. I'm going to change the title of this. I love y'all. Y'all stay prayed up. Stay safe out here. If you've not become subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Please consider becoming a member of our Critters Crime family. I do believe that I'm going to put this live in a membership only just because it's so political. I love y'all. God bless y'all. Y'all stay safe. I'll see y'all tonight. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Pray for these kids too, y'all. And get outside. Bye.
Empty hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight.